Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Thursday, which means another Beer Flow show as we are back here to drink some beers, talk some beers, and whatever else happens along the lines. Actually, myself, this is I think my first beer since Sunday because I've been fighting a cold. So definitely looking forward to some tasty beers. And Todd and Shannon are here. Eric is here. Still no Joe, which I don't even know anymore if we're still trying to find Joe. He's out there. He's on another planet at this point. Yeah. So,
lost in another dimension.
It's like Tom Hanks on we're stuck on the island, whatever. Wilson.
Castaway.
Wilson.
Yeah, Joey Wilson right now. But I'm gonna actually crack open a couple of these beers. I'm not sure how good these beers are gonna be, but since I was fighting the cold, I really didn't want to waste a good beer. So I went to the office this week and some guy said, yeah, I brought some beers for you. There were too many in my fridge. So he gave me like beers to actually take home. So one is the Rheingeist Andromeda Pale Ale. And the other one is the Mad Tree Psychopathy, which of course I've had numerous times. But these are a little bit older, so it'll be interesting to see how they actually held up. He said he kept them in good shape and everything. But if not, I probably won't notice because of my cold anyway. But as long as the taste is still good, I will enjoy them. And then as for you guys, what are you drinking?
Well, I'm drinking a New Holland Brewing Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever. Nice.
So what kind of beer is that? Like an IPA or a stout?
It's a brown ale.
Okay.
It's a brown ale, yep.
That's actually one I got a Rajay special on before. I got a 12-pack. I got a 24-pack for $12.99.
What beer haven't you had of Rajay?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, really.
Well, this one's got a little bit of a spill to it. Like cracked the can open. So talk amongst yourselves still as I clean this up before my computer sorts out on me.
I'm drinking 450 North Slushy, Blueberry Dessert Slushy XL.
Oh, what's the ABV on that? Do you know?
1.6.
These are probably the 3%ers because it was before tomorrow's release. So it was the latest. It was released before
all the bad stuff happened.
Yeah.
Did you see their post today where they released the
percentages?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said they're gonna have to test it and release it. So this one's one of the smoothie style Berliner Weissen with blueberry, vanilla, cinnamon, and brown sugar.
Very nice.
Brown sugar. There you go.
The Guinness Blonde.
Guinness Blonde. That's what I'm drinking.
What do you think of it, Shannon?
It's good. I like it.
Better than Bud Light or Miller Lite?
No, nothing's better than that.
Lies.
Maybe a hurricane.
Ah, all right.
Big lies. Oh. So cleaning this mess up here, and I will tell you it's actually got a good amount of action coming off the hops on it. How old is this? This thing was actually, wow. This actually said 12/27/18. He had it.
Damn.
Wow.
So it's like over a year, but it's still got a lot of hops coming off of it. That's the whole thing with beer. Like people are so locked into date sometimes, but this still has a nice citrus pine note coming off of this pale ale. So
I agree with you, Rod. I think sometimes it's blown way out of proportion. Does it lose a little? Maybe, but is it still usually a pretty good beer and solid? Yeah.
Yeah, I got caught up in the hype too, Todd.
Sometimes they might, especially an IPA might get a little more malty or sweet, but for the most part.
No, I've had the Andromeda before. The aroma is there, but the taste is a little off. But it will still be passable for free beer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For free beer, it's just fine. So
I would agree. Ideally, for an IPA, you want it fresh, but also ideally is when people go, oh, it's a day over the expiration date, or the drink by date. I'm not drinking that.
The enjoy by it blows up the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Oh, we got to put the little banner up there to welcome everyone as well coming to the show. And Vanessa was here earlier. She was actually listening to the Jeopardy theme song, she said, during the interlude before we started. Blake actually laughed. But now Vanessa is back and says hello all. And Alan, the Eclectic Beer says, cheers. We'll be here in a second or two. Yeah, he's over in the Triple Threat right now. He's going to come over after that. Just opened a Dragon Milk Stout. Smooth and delicious, as it should be. Always liked the Dragon Milk Stout, which I'm going to do the oatmeal cookie, I think, this weekend I have. And everyone there. Gilbertson House, cheers, fools, and go pack go for good measure, sons. There you go.
EG.
And Vanessa held Eric, and then hello to Vanessa from Eric as well. So, yeah, I guess the Packers are done now, right? So they're out.
Yep, Packers are out.
So it's the 49ers and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So
yeah, Gilbert, what happened to your Packers, sons?
Go Pack go, and they went. So
yep, they went. They for sure went.
So yeah, and looking forward to getting to the weekend. It's been a long ass week. Today, at work, our voicemails weren't even working. So like our computer systems were like screwed up in that way. So I know tomorrow I'm gonna have people like that. I was trying to get a hold of you yesterday. It's like, well, technology doesn't always work for you. So it's a little bit crazy there, but it's Friday Eve, so get ready for a nice weekend and ready to kick back. And I almost feel like the year actually started this week because it was after MLK, and now it's like, well, we got President's Day in a few weeks. We actually get off for that day as well, but I feel like after MLK, everything really starts up for the year. So,
yeah.
how'd you do on the storm up there? You still got snow, or?
Yeah, I still got. It's starting to warm up outside, but I got it more kind of blew around up here more than it stuck. It was kind of that dry snow where it just and the wind kind of kicked it up and blew it around. So there wasn't really any real accumulation. It was just that dry snow.
Yeah. Did you end up plowing, or did you just kind of do anything, or because it looked like you didn't have enough to really get after it? But
there Saturday there was, and then Sunday another round came up, but that was the dry stuff that blew around. But I mean, it was only about 3.5, 4 inches, enough snow to where I had to plow for sure.
Yeah.
But I got through it. I mean, my quad with the plow on it did it. It worked it though. It was that wet stuff. That 4 inches was the wet stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we just got kind of some cold and some rain, but right now it is just kind of warming up again. I say warming up again, like going back to the 40s or so. Kyle, you're getting the same weather that we're getting.
Same thing, yeah.
So yeah.
It's basically been raining here all day, so.
Yeah, I went to the office Tuesday and it was cold as hell. I went today, like, I don't even need what I had on the other day. It was like Tuesday, I felt like I was overdressed because it was so cold. And today I felt like it was fine. It's like jacket on, so.
Yeah, Tuesday it was freezing. Was it Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday? Or both days it was freezing.
We got all the weather jumping around, causing people to get sick and stuff, which they just had a thing come out. If you did get the flu, which I got the flu shot, but it said if you got the flu shot, they actually gave the wrong strain, I think, again this year. That's why people are getting the flu so much or something. So, although if you get that Chinese flu, you better watch out. The first American got affected of that. He's in Washington, came back on the plane from China. They got him secluded and in quarantine, but he was on the plane with other people. And they got to try to track down to see where they all went and stuff. But yeah. That from the call it the Wu-Tang flu or something. Vanessa said I should turn my spare room into a walk-in cooler or larger chilling space. So it's pretty cool there. But it's always a good time if you're homebrewing to make lagers in the winter. You could just save refrigeration space and put it in a nice cool spot in your house. Loft's good, but still a great season. And then Vanessa, hey, big. Eric Thomas Meadows, what's up, Eric Rajay and all. Cheers. What's up, Rod? Hey, Shannon, Todd, and Eric. Cheers.
What's up, Double D?
And so Tweety says cheers.
What's up, Tweety?
And then Eric says, what's up, peeps? Salt and Saturday and sun rain here. Saturday and Sunday rain there. Got flu three times in a year. I thought you just got it once. You were pretty much done with it. I've never seen the.
It depends if it's a different strain.
Well, they said the shot they gave, I think you stepped away. The shot they gave this year was not the strain of the flu they actually had.
Yeah,
I think that happened a couple years ago, too.
Yeah. We just read the coronavirus. It's like corona things here. The coronavirus is spreading cause. I didn't make this up for people eating a fruit bats and consuming fruit bat soup. I don't think that's really it. I mean,
I wonder where it did start, if they even know. Like, what's?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that source was for that, but I know it's coming out of that Wu province in China. Like I said, the first person got infected here in the States was in Washington, and they got him quarantined right now, but they're still trying to track down other people that may have been exposed. And they know where it actually came from, ground zero, so to speak. But that one is, I think it said he killed like 200 people so far. Like 800 people have been sick or something.
Yeah.
Out of that province there in China already. So
That's crazy.
pretty soon, everybody's going to be walking around wearing a surgical mask. Won't be just over in China. Let me see here. Gilbert said, cold and snow where he's at. Vanessa, hello to all. Bottom dollar outdoors. Brad's in the house says, cheers. Cheers, Brad. Dogs, I got the flu shot. Was sick over 4 months. Getting better. Boss was sick today. No work. That works out. Richie Z in the house says, hey, Rod, Eric, Todd, and pretty lady. And last year they had given me a second flu shot. Wait, they probably gave me a different strain on the other flu shot, I would think. Dolly does not like that. And Richie says hello to Vanessa. Mexico, where else would the coronavirus start? that makes sense. That would make sense. My roommate told me about the bat suit, Wu-Tang protection neck. That's pretty good, Dolly. That's a little all again. So that's interesting as far as the health scene, which we don't do a lot of health news on here. Somehow we kind of just ran off on that tangent there for a little bit. Technically, the next version of SARS, same virus, new mutation. Yeah, there is a relation that they're comparing to SARS and everything as well. So that is something to be aware of. Looking at some of the beer news that has taken place, obviously the big story this week, and it's actually where Eric's up in Michigan. Molson Coors has bought Atwater Brewery to be part of their 10th and Blake Beer Company, which is where they house Leinenkugel and some of their fake or faux craft beers type thing. But it's kind of interesting. Atwater, I've always liked Atwater beer. I've drank a good amount of their different beers. We get them in distribution down here, but it was a decision they made to actually give them a better opportunity. Plus, they're going to be extended out to the Great Lakes regions now. So you'll see them pop up more in other spots. And I don't know if you heard anything out of Michigan with them, Eric, or anything like that, but I don't know if it was a big surprise. It seemed like some of the beer groups, it was a surprise. They are Detroit's biggest craft beer maker. So that did shake some people there.
They are Detroit's biggest, yes.
Yeah. Correct. But then when I saw the story, I was like, you know what? I haven't really drank a Atwater in a while. No, I think I thought about it. Yeah, so maybe they need that push. Yeah.
Maybe their dirty blonde I might try. I mean,
well, who doesn't want a dirty blonde?
I knew that was coming.
God.
That's why I said
it. Boys will be boys. So.
Come on, you can do better than that.
It's low hanging fruit.
We can.
It's just a warm up.
Low hanging fruit is still fruit. So. But no, it's something where I didn't really drink a lot of their stuff in a while, so maybe they needed to have that access or needed something to grow a little bit further, and maybe that was the reason why they went ahead with the deal as well. But hopefully it works out good for them along those lines.
Now, Leinenkugel, is that the one that does like the summer shandy, or what's that one?
Yeah, that's the bastards.
Yeah.
Summer shandy.
I like their creamy dark.
I would drink a Corona before a summer shandy.
What's wrong with the Corona? I don't even honestly know if I've ever even had a Corona.
It's too watery. It's too watery.
It is watery, but it's like down on that lower level for me. And only thing holding it up might be a summer shandy. But I would definitely drink that before I drink it.
I like summer shandies.
I'm not a big fan of them, but I'll have one. I mean, I'm not like I'm going to drink a whole 6-pack of it. I'll have.
It's the one with the yellow label, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them.
Yeah, I had the bartender drain pour so I could just get the glass of summer shandy. I was like, I don't have a bartender pour my beer for nothing, but that had to go. Just had to go.
All I want's the glass. You charge me full price. That's all I want.
I just want the glass.
Yeah.
The glass is actually pretty cool. Now, I like some of the other Lonnie Kugel beers. It's just a summer shandy I'm not a fan of. Or some of their other shandy. They're too sweet. It's kind of like, I might as well just have a lemonade or something. Because you're really not getting that much of an alcohol kick with it anyway.
We're going to have a drain pour because I opened it. I don't like it. And then Todd didn't want it.
Well, I might drink it. I just still had that.
I did not like it. What was it?
It's the Bell's. Hand me that bottle.
And that beer.
You're going to drain pour Bell's?
No. It's the Hell Hath No Fury. No, I'm going to drink it. I just had a beer.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Tastes like shit.
It's Belgian-inspired dark ale.
What did you not like about it, Shannon?
I don't know. Let me taste it again. I'll tell you.
It's craft beer.
Shut up.
It's not Miller Lite. That's what I did like.
Yeah, is it just the spices in it you don't care for?
It tastes like
It's old though. It's probably
licorice.
Like black licorice?
It tastes like cough syrup.
What's the ABV on it?
7, I think. Was it 7? Because I looked.
7.5.
What kind of style is it?
It's a Belgian dark ale. Well, Belgian-inspired dark ale.
I saw Belgian and I thought I'd like it.
No, a Belgian dark ale will have licorice type to it.
It's old. I didn't even
dark fruits. Like you get like a plum or anything like that with it, or
nope, just cough syrup and licorice.
What was the date? What was the date on it, Todd?
Yes, I didn't even know I still had one of these left.
There's another one down there too.
Oh, is there?
Mm-hmm.
Was it 6 years?
No, it's not a 6-year-old with clumps in it.
It tastes like 6 years.
September 8th of 17.
Let's not bring that back up, guys. Please. Let's let that one die. Let that one die.
A 6-year-old vintage Brooklyn ale, Dahlia says, so bad as a rat with wings. So they like furry soup. She's going back to the thing that Eric said there. Trying to just about everything, don't they? Man, I had the revisionist hazy IPA. It was not worth $4.50. I gave it a 1 out of 5. Crap.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to open up this red ale by Gutenberg and see what it tastes like.
Wow. Red ale.
To me too.
What makes an ale red?
Color.
Well, no shit. What makes the color red?
They usually use more of a roasted or darker malt.
Well, depending on the ingredients and stuff. I mean, usually the malt is set the color base, but depending what they put into the red ale too.
You served up a fastball on that one, Shannon, and I had to take a swing at it.
Serving them up.
I mean, I haven't seen the revisions hazy IPA, but that's what I'm saying. Just because it's craft doesn't mean it's always going to be solid. You may not like it, even if it's a craft beer.
I cracked this one open. Have you ever had that one?
No, Firestone. No, I haven't. Is it Firestone Walker still?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The only Firestone Walker I've had is the 805 thus far.
It's only 96 calories.
It's a hazy IPA. Yeah, it is only 96 calories. Oh, 5 carbs.
Oh, is there a low-cal beer then? Okay.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. It's only 4%. Well,
yeah, it looks really cheap. It looks like.
No, I mean, it doesn't really look cheap.
The can looks cheap.
Oh, the can, yeah. But
well, I think it's
looks like a beer you buy at the Dollar Tree.
It's a hazy IPA. It's actually
pretty good. Low look.
Yeah.
For the low.
Vanessa says she thought the new virus is from snakes, is what they're thinking. Hey, video tried any fruity drinks. And the coronavirus was created by the Chinese government to control the unruly masses. There's like conspiracy sons. Return into the History Channel. What is it? What is the History Channel? History Channel is like history by day, but conspiracies by night. What's up last year, John? Happy Thursday to you, my friend. Coronavirus is specific to only 2 mammals. Specific only 2 mammals.
So then it wouldn't be from a snake, right?
No,
Snakes
they're not
are mammals.
They're not mammals, right?
Yeah.
Rob, what's your current favorite hazy? And what's Eric's and Todd's if you all like hazies?
I like the M43 and Boss Tweed from Old Nation. I almost bought that tonight, actually.
Boss Tweed is pretty good.
I did too, Eric. I almost bought one.
I said, but I drink so many different ones when I drink the beers. I don't have anything really limited down, although about anything from what's the brewery up there with Joe?
Other half
is good, yeah.
Sam
Adams for the price. I mean,
yeah, for the price, that's not a bad one. But for here, like you guys have been there, but Braxton Labs, anything they kind of come out with, it's going to be local here for that, or like Street Side where we went to, they make some great hazies.
Yeah.
$10 for a $30 bomber. We're all like, what?
I'm trying to think on a national scale, though. I mean, outside of like Sam Adams, who else has really the big hazy out there? I mean, you have the Boss Tweed, but that's still more of a regional beer.
Stone, I haven't had the Stone ones in a long time to really have an opinion. I'd have to revisit it.
But I'm not really a haze bro per se. I drink a hazy when I drink it, but I don't really hunt them down. So I'm all about different beer styles. Like, right, I actually got the Cabin Fever, and I'm like thinking I need to really drink some more brown ales. I do love brown ales.
What makes an IPA hazy?
Usually what they're using for it in the ingredients. Sometimes I think they get some of it if they use like the oats from the oatmeal type part. That
so does it taste?
Sometimes it's lactose that adds a thing to it as well.
So does it taste less hoppy? Does a hazy IPA taste less hoppy?
Less bitter. I would say
sometimes,
less bitter. I would
you
say
still get hoppy, but less bitter is what I would say as well. A lot of them, if they're done a certain way, they just feel like you're drinking juice.
Yeah.
That's why people chug. That's why people chug a lot of the hazy styles because they go down so easily.
Yeah. So do you think I'd like a hazy IPA?
No, it's still hops.
But better than it. Like,
it just depends. I mean, it's hard to say because they're not all the hazies. Some are more hoppier than others. So
it's not that I hate IPAs. It's just that there's so much other stuff that I like better.
Yeah, you just like
it's fine. Yeah, it's all about finding what you like.
Yeah, like IPAs is my least favorite type, I think. But I want to try a Saison. Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Saison. Yeah.
And then there's one that starts with a G, a Goss or
Goza. You've had those.
Oh, I have
had a Goza before. Yeah.
I want to try that.
The Avery's El Ghost is pretty good.
Now, if you get the sequence out from Dogfish Head, that's really good. But El Ghost is pretty good. But yeah, but sequence out is probably one of my favorite out on the larger type scale. A lot of local breweries will have them.
You had that cucumber one from Flat 12. That was a Goza.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
If you'd had the cucumber wheat beer that Eric had, you probably would like it. The one at Braxton.
Dude, that cucumber wheat beer was awesome. Oh, God, that was good.
I thought that was a different type of beer.
That was really good. I wish I could get some more of that.
That was a Kolsch.
Yeah, it was a Kolsch.
Yeah, Kolsch.
I love cucumber. Yeah.
Kolsch's are pretty light.
Yeah.
I love cucumber, so.
Do you like any, like the Pilsner style, Shannon? I don't know. Has she had any time? The Pilsner?
Probably, but I'm not really sure. I can't remember.
I
do good enough to keep up with what I've had, let alone others too.
Yeah.
I really like Hefeweizens, and then what kind of beer is the 5 foot something?
So blonde ale.
A blonde ale.
But some blonde ales could be really hoppy too, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends.
And I like stouts as long as they're not aged like in barrels, whiskey or bourbon barrels. But I don't know if I like any kind of barrels because I don't even like wine that's aged in oak barrels.
Really?
Yeah.
Not a barrel girl.
Nope.
Well, if you like you probably like golden ale as well, because golden ale and blonde ales are two easy drinks for macro drinkers to get in craft beer style. Transition rather easily.
But if I had to
too, I think.
If I had to pick a favorite type of beer, it would be a Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizens are good, especially when it's like in that spring, summertime.
Yeah.
Crisp, refreshing one. Yeah.
I mean, you got into a kick there. Sorry, Eric. You got into a kick there where you was liking some of the IPAs and stuff.
And then I found stuff I like better.
More of the hazy, like, milkshake style IPAs or whatever. More of the lactose.
Yeah, if it's got lactose in it, then
creamier.
I'm probably gonna like it.
You had that amber ale from Ellison that I sent you, didn't you, Todd?
Yeah.
Did Shannon try that or not?
No, I don't think so. No.
Amber ales are pretty easy too. You like Fat Tire?
I do, yeah.
Does Shannon like Fat Tire?
Honestly,
I don't know that she's ever had one, to be honest.
If I don't drink it on the show, I probably haven't had it.
Okay.
Like if we go out to a brewery.
Well, except for that little kick there when she first started really getting into it, she was trying different things, but now she doesn't even really do that.
Yeah, because now I know what I like.
Right.
So I stick with what he gets irritated with me because he likes to try all kinds of new stuff.
Oh, irritated, but you don't even want to try it. You just turn your nose up at it like, yeah.
Irritated. So I find what I like. And
I get pissed. How's that?
I stick with it.
Yeah. Well, some people are, they stick in their comfort zone.
Why waste your money on something you don't even know if you're going to like when you know you can just get something you like?
Yeah, that's part of the adventure.
Well, I'm just
because I'm letting you drink it out of my glass. I'm already buying it and drinking it, but you still don't want to do it all
Well, I'll try what you drink. Usually don't like it, but I try it.
For some reason, Dolly's already getting after Eric. That Corona ones tastes like drink looks, and then she says, "F you, drink."
Okay, where did drink come from?
I think that's how Dolly tells you she loves you there. So yeah.
Yes, where did Drick come from? Because it took me forever to figure out who the hell she was talking about. And then I was like, oh, Eric.
Well, Eric, I think it was back when Eric had said something and she put Eric with a K. Like, no, it's Eric with the C. And then she was like Eric for the C word. And then somehow became like Drick. She tied it together. And yeah, it went back a few shows. Bottom dollar prefers Landstrike Lager to Corona. I could do Landstrike to Corona probably. I haven't had Landstrike in a while either.
That's the one that tasted like skunk that time.
It does. It's a little skunk.
A million years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But Corona can as well too. I mean,
Landstrike smells like a skunk.
Yeah, it was awful.
But yeah, tried the lager once, coffee one, not bad. Wait, Shannon, you got highlights?
No, I didn't. Everybody always thinks I changed my hair. Like I literally have not been to the salon in like 6 months. Yeah, I'm getting my hair color tomorrow though.
Vanessa, latest is mutated from snakes to humans. We were talking about the coronavirus. I don't know if Corona likes being like put together next to a virus like that. They probably have an issue with that. Like,
I would think so.
Vanessa, Dolly, and hello to everyone. And man, the comments really came in here again. Hold on. Vanessa, how does that one taste, Todd?
This IPA is pretty good.
It looks like it would taste good.
Yeah, for a lighter version. I mean, it's.
How would you compare that to the Lagunitas one, the Daytimer? Since they're both low calorie.
This one has a little more fruitier, grapefruity kind of feel to it, citrusy more feel to it. Mm-hmm. Like the Lagunitas one is good, but it's more.
I could drink that.
It's more lighter, if that makes sense. Like it's not as.
It's lemony.
It's not as citrusy tasting.
Take a big old swig, Shannon.
But this one here is. But that one.
A big old swig.
The Lagunitas says only 3 carbs. This one is 4. But
yeah, tastes like lemon.
It's good. 5 carbs. So I don't know what the calories are in that Lagunitas one, but they're about the same, I think.
And that's an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
I like. Do you have any more of those?
Yeah, I just bought a 6-pack of them.
How much? What's the ABV?
4%.
Yeah, fuck it.
I didn't.
It's like 6.
Honestly, didn't even look at them that close. I just saw them and knew they were good, pretty new, and I was like, I want to try those. But I didn't even notice it until I opened it up. That's
are you asking Gilbert if he's tried the Crown Royal blended? Okay.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Gilbert, cheers, Richie.
I just like Crown Royal, so I kind of want to. I see they got like a couple of different, like peachy apple and all that.
No,
what is Crown Royal like?
Just a regular.
It's a blended whiskey.
It's a whiskey.
Yeah. No, some coronavirus from animals to humans. This one seems to test one from a couple snakes have.
It's not a true whiskey, really, though. But
Glutenberg gets a 1 out of 5. I just poured it down the drain. I wish the hard work in the cans matched the beer taste. Wow. You should put that on the Untapped, if you're doing Untapped or something, or on Twitter. Put that on there for your comment on it. I wish the artwork matched the beer taste.
I am.
You're welcome, brother. Always, Richie. Hey, Erie. Cheers. What's going on, girl? Welcome.
What's up, Erie?
Cheers, Elbow. My man
Elbow.
down there.
What's up, Elbow?
Elbow.
Holding down the Tampa area.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, Richie says hello. Erie, hello. Saison brews are refined and usually delicious. Yeah. Saisons have a nice little to them. I taste it better than sweat. That sweat tastes better than that beer. Having a Q Vineyard wild cider Normandy style and blew up here, still good. I need to get it some more ciders again. I haven't had any while. I put a question out on the community tab about things to try, and actually someone said to try cider as well that he gave me some. I may check out some more of those. These I think I start brewing again. I should start brewing again. I haven't brewed in a while, and it's fun. I got people at work asking me to brew again as well. Ron Sutton in the house.
That reminds me of the summer shandy.
He says, "Let the party begin." There's Biscuity Note. I absolutely love a Fat Tire. Yeah, you do get that coming out of the a little bit of a breadiness in there. Ron says, "Fire one up." Any drams tonight, brother? To Gilbert. And Saison brews are wonderful and taste great with pastries. Yeah, you can do it with a pastry. I mean, it's light. You can actually do it nice with a nice salad too, so it doesn't overpower it. I will be Hanscom Air Force Base on the 31st. I will check the Classics package store for good stuffs. So Vanessa will be loading up another beer run there on the 31st.
BWRUN beer run.
So I think all she has in the fridge now is still the Foreign Extra Stout and the Dragon's Milk, which aren't bad stouts to keep in your fridge if you're going to load it up. Not too bad ones to have in there.
I've had the extra foreign stuff. It's all right.
Oh, no, Foreign Extra?
The extra. This one is said extra foreign stout, I think. Maybe it was a mislabel.
It wasn't Guinness then, right?
Yeah, it said
Guinness. Guinness is Foreign Extra.
Maybe it was foreign
extra.
Yeah. Maybe
that's their best Guinness, in my opinion.
The Foreign Extra Stout?
Yeah. Fat Tire got me into the craft beer scene. Good brew. Yeah, it is a good brew. I mean, although I guess now New Belgium isn't craft because they went under the cell too. So, will people still drink it? I think they will. But maybe the diehards.
At what point does anybody just stop saying it's craft or not? It's so hard to keep track of it anymore.
Who cares? If you like it, drink it.
I mean, that's a post I wrote in the blog last year. Like, at what point do we stop saying craft beer and just
say beer? Yeah,
just say beer or big beer or not big, whatever you want to call it. But yeah,
because to me, the terminology craft beer is it's crafted like craft, not mass produced like the big boys. You know, it's still, even though they're bought by somebody that's AB or whatever, it's still a crafted beer. Like from one.
Well, that's why
especially on some of the specialty stuff from one year to the next, it's not always going to taste the same.
Well, that's one of the terms that people use as crafty for those beers.
Yeah.
They don't call them crafty, it's called crafty because they're owned by Big Beer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I've seen people that complain about it, but then line up to give Bourbon County each year too.
Right. That's yeah.
So.
And that's 90%, and that's 90% of the people that won't drink the other stuff.
Yeah. If you guys haven't checked out my boy Flo, check him out down there. He's down in Florida as well. Does a lot of fishing on there, mountaineer, of course. And
watch out for the iguanas.
Yeah, the iguanas. The night of the iguanas, they were calling it down there. You didn't see the iguana story?
You didn't see that, Eric?
I heard about it.
Yeah, so apparently
it's crazy.
It got so cold that iguanas were basically falling from their trees because they couldn't keep grip, and people were like picking them up and holding them next to fires and stuff, trying to thaw them out because they were alive, but they were like kind of in a
state, just in like a state of shock.
So but the heat would bring them back out of it.
Yeah, because I would see like the pictures because they said it was going to happen, and then I'd see pictures of it. Looked like a dead iguana, and I'm like, oh my god, it's horrible. And then they were like, but they're not dead.
Yeah. They're just
going like into a hibernation state or something?
Yeah.
Kind
Because technically they're not supposed to be here anyway. Like they brought that up. But because people
not?
No, they're like down in near the equator. People brought them up here and let them loose that couldn't take care of them anymore. And that's why we have such a population of them.
Wow.
They're not indigenous to here.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks for putting your pets outside, people, and leaving them.
Yeah.
Now you got the gator and snake problem because of the same damn thing.
They're not mean though, are they? Iguanas aren't mean.
No, but the Komodo dragons they'll piss you off.
We're not talking about Komodo dragons.
Yeah,
We're talking about iguanas.
I don't think so. I mean, they got like an insurance company, right? They do the Geico ads. They're fine.
Oh, he's the cutest little thing.
Can't be all that bad.
Can't be all that bad.
Or it could be them ploying that you try to play with them and then you get the insurance. So
right.
Could be.
I love the understated notes on the saisons, which you said. Yeah. This is a little flow. High proof pepper. Flo said hello to Vanessa. Hello to Elbow. Look at everybody so cordial in my chats. I'm saying hello to everybody.
Usually. No, I'm not even talking about who you think I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody else.
Crown and Amaretto equals chocolate covered cherries. I would agree with that. And there's some chocolate covered cherry beers too that give you that feel. Sweat working tobacco fields tastes better probably. I'm trying to think to better than, because I know, David says sweat tastes better than the IPA he has. So are we saying that's relation to that or something else there? At Crown, he said, yeah, Royal Canadian whiskey, never the blended. Back to you, Eric.
Gotcha. I'm going to give it a try then. I'll give it a try. I'll take one for the team.
Well, there you go. IRAs, typically fruity hints made by the Cascades and Columbus hops. Then you have IPAs that are more of a piney taste due to Chinooks. Yeah, but the IPAs are different now too, because you have West Coast IPA, you have East Coast type IPAs. They do different stuff with different hops, and they put different things in there now for adjuncts to try to make them different as well. So the whole history of the IPA is pretty interesting too.
So IPAs is basically like all beers use hops, though, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The IPAs use more hops.
Most.
Yeah.
Almost all, really.
Yeah. There's some styles where you wouldn't need to use it really, or they used to not use hops on some stuff before too. But,
so are there because I'm always like, when he has a beer, I'm like, is it a hoppy? And he's like, yeah. And then I'm like, then I won't like it. But are there very extremely different kinds of hops where maybe I might like some hops that?
Well, it depends on the hop you're actually using. Some hops are used for bitter and some are used for flavor. So it depends on when you're using them in the boil when you're making your beer into what's called the wort. Not wort. Some of you people brewing, it's not wort, it's wort. Just so you know how to pronounce it.
I think I know what that is. That's when you boil.
Yeah.
Isn't that when you boil all the stuff down? That
becomes a beer wort. It becomes a beer after you boil everything in, and then you put it in the fermenter.
We watched something and it showed all that stuff, like a bunch of goopy stuff.
It's got I mean, it's
typically
the grain and the hops and stuff.
Typically, you'll do like a 60-minute boil, and you'll have certain hops you put into that boil. Usually, within that first 50 minutes of it, that'll do a bittering effect. And then there's some you'll put in the last 10 minutes that do more of a flavor effect. Some hops can go both ways. Some hops are better for bittering. Some hops are better for flavor. Hops have different characteristics that you'll use. Some hops have a woodiness to them. Some have a citrus base. Some have tropical base. So different hops are being used for different ways.
So this one I'm drinking, it's a hazy India Pale Ale. What did I say I don't like? What's the hoppy beers? IPA. Yeah. Okay, India Pale IPA. This one I really like.
Yeah.
It's lighter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's lighter.
So
it's still using hops in there. It could be.
And this is citrusy taste.
Yeah. So if you're using the hops and you put them in at 20 minutes in the boil, depending on what the hop is and the alpha acid, which determine how bitter it can get, you may put it in there, but it may have a little bit of a bitter effect, but not as much if you did it for the whole 60 minutes. So it depends on that hop and how much of it can actually release. So
I tell Todd.
And it depends on how much of the malts you're using too. I mean, you can have
and
like
then,
100.
and then if you're dry hopping it too.
Yeah, I mean, you could have like 100 IBU, but it's not bitter at all. Or you could have a,
because you're putting
30 IBU, and it tastes really bitter.
Because when you add malts, when you kick up ABVs, you're usually adding more malts.
Yeah.
To get the alcohol content out, and that takes away some of the bitterness as well.
More sugars and whatnot.
So I would probably like an IPA that has a high ABV.
You might not like a regular IPA. You're right.
She might
you may like an imperial IPA, a double IPA.
A double,
or a triple.
Yeah.
Or
Like I have a friend that doesn't like IPAs, but she loves the Two Hearted, which is a double IPA, because it's more of a maltier feel than the regular IPA. No, not the double. The Two Hearted IPA, but what's it like at 8% or something? 7.5.
It's right on the cusp.
It's right there.
It's not a double, but it's not considered
a double. No.
It's got enough of a maltiness that it does, because it's not at the 8. I think it's like 7.5, but it has enough of a malty feel to it that it's got the bitterness toned down a little bit. Then if she would have like a 5% IPA, that she wouldn't like.
And I've always looked at it like if it's a double or a triple, I'm like, I will hate that, because if it's an IPA and it's double or triple, it's horrible.
Actually, Joe's least favorite IPAs, I think, are triples, because they're usually more sweet, more malty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, just the Tippa, that's a triple, and I don't think I like that one.
You didn't like it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's good.
Not even just a Tippa?
I know. Isn't that the most clever name of a beer?
They're actually.
God, I was like, that's clever.
They're having a new one tomorrow. I said they're releasing a new one tomorrow.
The Ben Snyder IPA.
Here we go. Pepper is tasty juice, Richie. If you have a bad finger, look at this.
Oh my God.
Guinness for an extra stout. I no longer buy their stout. Yeah, so like that's just like me. Like once you have the foreign extra stout, to buy regular Guinness, it becomes a question of why. Because the foreign extra stout is so good, in my opinion. Vanessa's opinion. You might like it. It's a little more drier and stuff than with the foreign extra stout. Is more of a maltier type feel, a little bit more sweetness in there than what you get in the other one. So go for what you like.
Him saying that reminds me of a skit that was on the radio. Do y'all get Bob and Tom show?
Yeah. I haven't listened to it in a long time. I haven't either. In a while.
This was years ago where they had a skit on there, and they were doing it was a cider, but it was called Dickens, like Dickens, Dickens.
Dickens.
But they would say, "Yeah, just have a nice Dickens cider." It was, I can't remember how I used to remember how it was. It was pretty good, yeah.
Dickens cider.
Like, oh, you just need a Dickens cider.
I remember Donnie Baker on there. I swear I will.
Yeah. Swear to God, I would.
Swear to God, I will. Swear to God.
Yes, that slightly tart finish is nice. I like to eat tea biscuits with it. That's with the farmhouse saisons. Bring them inside and thaw them. They get pissed. Talking about the iguanas. Yeah. Chicken of the trees is what they said with the iguanas. I would have thrown the iguana in the fire and that chicken. Everything tastes like chicken.
Oh my God.
Well, you put iguana on a stick, you'd be like, the Chinese thing in the stick. You get the Chinese restaurants, right? If it tastes like chicken.
Yeah, but they're just trying to live their life.
Oh, so now you're not going to eat something? Like you eat meat. All the animals are trying to live their life.
I know, and I can't think about it, because if I do, I know, I'm a hypocrite. But
venison is awesome.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if I can do venison.
Yeah, venison's really good. I just love drinking those without anything. All the saisons I've had are awesome. CR makes some good juice, but most days in Canada still. Talking about Basic Crown is ginger ale mix.
The
iguana story is wild. I agree. And Rod or Sag still are. I think it was Saz Hop still available. I used that when I homebrewed back in '95. So I haven't homebrewed since, but one again this year. When I brewed, I guess it was like 2.5 years ago. I did use Saz Hops or something. So they're still out there. I had a video on the channel with the Saz Hop too, but yeah, they're still out there. You can still use them. I think you have no problem getting them. Correctamundo rod, bacteria type plays a factor as well. And if it's a closed or open during fermentation, yeah, that actually does come in to it as well. That's why you like your wild ales that are done are usually done with open fermentation. That you'll have that with lambics and everything, where the air and everything plays into it. So you're not always sure what you're going to get because of the yeast involved. Like spit versus panties bacteria, LOL. Not going back to that story again.
Oh God.
Although I did put on the Facebook page that I think Todd, you saw, there is a story of how they're making that Chica beer, but they're not using spit to make that style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vanessa, what do you think of the Dragon's Milk? It's tasty, smooth. I like it. So Vanessa is liking the Dragon's Milk.
You better have too many because I'll put you in put your ass in the grass pretty quick.
Let's see here. Next story. Let's see. Cincinnati Winter Beer Fest returns, as you guys all know. Todd's already got the tickets. He told me, so he's already said we get Eric down here.
I gotta purchase mine yet. I gotta purchase them yet.
Fucking get. Hey, you said you're coming, so you better be there.
I don't like being told what to do, Shannon.
You know how many women he's told? Never mind.
Don't let me down.
I'm coming. Just chillax.
Where is that from?
No. Chillax, right?
More than 400 different kinds of beer we're expecting, which you would think is a lot, which kind of is a lot. But when Todd was here, we had over 500 beers, so we kind of fell back a little bit. And it's hard. Todd will tell you it's hard to get around to try the different beers they have there because there's so many beers that are there.
Yeah. How many do you think you all tried?
Well, we was working it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still got around some, though. But I think by the time I got done, it might have been around 20, 25.
We drank our fair share of the Sierra Nevadas, though.
Yeah. Most people there will drink probably around 20 or so. I mean, and they're already lit because you're getting 8-ounce cups. So every two of those, and sometimes they'll fill it all the way up. Sometimes they won't, depend on the beer.
It's supposed to be a 4-ounce pour, but
yeah. So you have 2 of those, you're having a pint, right? So you're having like 10 plus pints already, and that's when people are taking tickets. They stop taking tickets at a point, so you're just walking around filling up your cup with anything.
So the beer festivals we go to, they give us those. How many ounces are those?
They're 4 ounces, but they. Depends on who you go to. Some of them follow the rules and they're only 2-3 ounces. Some of them will fill it all the way up. Yeah. Later it gets, the fuller it gets because they don't have to carry those kegs back around to the car.
Yeah.
But some of them, like Rod was saying, some of them do.
I will tell you, by the end of the beer fest, you'll see people like that just tossed to the wind.
I can only imagine how that late one is on that Saturday night. Good God.
Oh, it becomes a shit show Saturday night.
I guarantee it.
When I first did it, we did on Saturday night, and it was like, it's one of the craziest things. And I got a couple friends, they love going Saturday night because it's such a shit show. But
we're going Saturday, right?
I don't know other people. We're going during the day, though.
Yeah, but we're going.
Which is still a good amount of people there. It's still a lot of good people there, but at nighttime, it's really crazy. People in the street, like blocking traffic and doing all kinds of things because they're all hammered and people are trying to get through. And
we should go to that one.
We already got our tickets now. It's too late.
So that'll be upcoming here. So I'm going to try to, and every year I try to get some video from that. It just seems how much video I can get before it's like, okay, I'm not pulling the camera out anymore. So
you get video of Shannon doing the silent disco.
Oh my God. Yeah, they have a silent disco.
That's the first time I've ever seen it, was at that one.
They had silent disco. What did they have there too? They had wasn't it like a life-size thing or something for the video game when we were there last time? Like they
they had the virtual reality right there by our booth.
We didn't end up going over there, but they had it there too. Yeah.
It sounds way cooler than Festival.
And the last couple of times they've also had liquor at the place too. So there's usually liquor around there too. Some of the liquor vendors get on it now.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Now the tickets I got, we just got the early entry, but it's not the kind of, what do they call it's not the highest dollar one, it's the one in the middle.
What I gotta do is see volunteers I know from before, but like, hey, you over here, give me something.
That's right.
Let me see. Vanessa says, I wish it would knock me up in 30 hours thus far since last sleep. Wow.
Ouch.
That is zombies kicking in. That sucks. Vanessa, have you tried a muscle relaxer? Sorry to hear. Yeah.
She said, I remember, she said that they were wanting to give her something IV to help her sleep.
Yeah.
That's probably where I'll end up sooner or later.
Said I've been on mostly every med over time. Dolly said, sorry you're having trouble sleeping. Vanessa, is it pain related or thinking too much? Ron, am I going to do a homebrew video? If I end up doing homebrewing again, I would definitely do a homebrew video. My housemate takes get the melatonin. Pretty much all the above. My med costs without my insurance. So
Oh my
$5,000 a month. Wow. Long-term illness is 87. Wow. Dolly says, sorry to hear, Vanessa. They say like sex was good for sleep too.
Sex?
Yeah. Like
yeah, it is.
Sleep, yeah.
Yeah, Vanessa, maybe yeah.
It's
maybe Mr. Kitty can, hook you up.
Yeah.
Hook his sister up.
There you go.
Mr. Kitty, hook his sister up.
It's good for restless legs too. I have restless leg syndrome.
Yeah. And she said, yes, IV Rufalin. Rufalin, not Rufalin. Not Roofies.
Roofies?
That might help. You might not be asleep, but you think you are.
Say you're roofie. Bill Cosby here to help you out.
No, at one point, I was taking 8 Benadryl
to help you
night
sleep?
To help me sleep. Yeah.
Wow.
Now I got off of that. Now that was with my Ambien, and now I take my Ambien and I take 4 10-milligram melatonin.
What about Tylenol PM? Does that help?
That's Benadryl and Tylenol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
that's why I had medically retired 96 because of insomnia and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's for real. The insomnia. I was telling him I had the restless leg syndrome too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I'll like run in my sleep sometimes. I'll be asleep and he'll be like, "You like running a marathon?" Like my legs just like. But I'm okay with that. If I'm asleep, I don't care. He probably does, but.
No, if I'm already asleep, I don't.
I should have done the Bill Cosby with the roofie. That's
Try this one in a minute.
You still do Bill Cosby or roofie? Is it bad to do Bill Cosby? Nobody does a Kevin Spacey ever since he got in trouble. Where everybody does a Bill Cosby. And really, all of a sudden, Harvey Weinstein can't walk. I mean, he's walking with that walker.
I'm like,
come
please.
on, son. You ain't acted that good ever in any of the movies you've ever made.
Oh, my God.
Harvey Weinstein with the walker.
Not going there.
Yeah.
Not going there.
Oh, now he's down. Harvey can't walk, but he can do all that other stuff before.
Mm-hmm.
Not going there.
He's like, then he almost tripped. But like, come on, Harvey, you're really playing it. You're playing it good. Why aren't you nominated this year, Harvey, for the Oscars? You were putting up a hell of a role.
For sure. I mean, who buys that shit?
I guess he's hoping the jury buys it.
I mean, is that the advice he's getting from his lawyer or attorney?
They probably do. It's like, make yourself look worse. So, because I remember Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was getting help with self walking too, so it wasn't just Harvey's doing it, and it just.
Well, listen, I'm not taking up for the assholes by any means, but probably if you're sitting in a cell all the time and you're not up moving and you're that old, then maybe you are having a hard time walking. Nobody gives a shit. I don't give a shit. He probably got him with some
cushy type thing. He probably gets yard time. He's probably gets to walk around some. He's rich.
He's in the special jail.
Right.
Yeah.
The Martha Stewart jail. The Martha Stewart jail.
Harvey,
it's not really jail.
Me.
Oh,
well, it's not really jail, but they have to do something.
Yeah. Speaking of that, have you all watched the Aaron Hernandez Netflix special?
No, I haven't watched that at all.
We watched it.
I heard some interesting things about it. Oh, going with the milk stout from Left Hand.
Peanut butter.
God, I love their nitro. Or maybe that's right brain.
It's some interesting things from what I've heard about that. So
it didn't get into what I wanted it to. Like it never really explained why he killed his friend, which I'm sure
I thought at the time it was like some type of accident. They were screwing around and something happened. I thought.
Yeah, they never said that. It was just like.
All I know is I keep seeing memes on Facebook where everybody's asking, why is Bow Wow in drag? Because I guess his girlfriend looks like Bow Wow. Everybody keeps posting. You haven't seen that? You haven't seen the memes online?
No.
Like little Bow Wow in a wig.
Oh my God.
I guess he's big Bow Wow now.
His girlfriend was pretty though.
If you put a picture of him next to Bow Wow.
Okay, I'll check it out.
And sister. I mean, Bow Wow hasn't done anything in a while. Maybe he's getting some extra funds on the side. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
he looks like Bow Wow in drag. She does.
What are you talking about? Aaron Hernandez's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Well, he was gay, so you never know.
See, find all kinds of things here. Let's see. Vanessa, Dolly asked if she had a journal for the pain.
Smells so good.
Richie said, Todd, do you and Eric have Instagrams? Because he was going to try to connect with you there.
Good.
I do.
Yep, we do.
And no, I don't keep a journal, Vanessa said. And Richie, question mark that, because you might want to tell him what your Instagram is so he knows, so he can. Oh, Eric did. Didn't you? Eric Elias fan.
Mm-hmm. I haven't changed it yet. I haven't changed mine.
Yeah.
I'm 99% sure it's just TREN15. TRENN15. Yeah.
And Dolly said, sometimes writing helps your mind unravel. That's true.
It does, journals. Yeah.
D'Angelo said, what's up, guys? What's tonight's topic? We had a couple that we were talking about. Beer. We're trying to keep on the beer, but we have some other stuff there. So we never know where it's going to end up.
That's good.
Right side, nervous system damage and disease, and a couple others. Neuropathy, arms and legs, lower intestine nerves are slowly dying. Wow. She says she does math, so math can work, I guess, too.
That's why you can't sleep.
I have been learning Blender this week, so I made 3D printed logo and stuff.
Oh.
So sorry, Vanessa. I will say a prayer for you, Dolly. And I have a leather tool bag design I will emboss with the printed logo. Nice. And I love doing math equations, Dolly said as well. Vanessa said, do videos on math problems. That's a good idea.
Yeah, you could be like a tutor.
Be a real resource, for real.
Yeah.
Jamie's in the house. Cheers, Jamie.
What's going on, Jamie?
I'm still a teacher, so I have no public videos. What do you teach, Vanessa? 3200 mg of Shannon, whatever that is.
I was texting her out, and I was getting ready to ask her if she's on that.
Yeah, for nervous system.
That's a lot. Damn.
Yeah. It's a nice topic, furry soup.
Golly, let's
Rod, absolutely roasted Harvey Wine. You know what I'm saying, John? I'm like, Harvey, it's kind of like, come on, it's like, son, it's not that bad. Pretty soon he's gonna be getting out, like not being able to do anything. He's gonna be like in a wheelchair probably next couple of weeks, the way he's going.
Until he gets out.
Yeah. It's gonna be just whistling walking down the street.
Yeah.
Grabbing tushies.
Yeah.
Hey, Big Daddy Chronicles.
Richie, Big Daddy's right here. This is me. Big Daddy Chronicles right here.
Math from high school through college and tutor that in all comp science courses in college. Yeah, she's definitely a resource. Yeah, I started looking at things online. I haven't done it, but they got courses online where they just need like Americans to like do stuff to help English. You could do it for online, and they're sending people checks for it, which would be interesting. So one of the things that came out, because you knew it was going to happen at some point. Like somebody's not going to do a market opportunity off of this.
Oh my God, articles.
So Trump trial inspires articles of impeachment beer, complete with the Nancy Pelosi logo, with the funny logo of her on the beer. But you're like, how long is it going to take for someone to capitalize on this? But then it's also not like it's their first one, because you always worry about beer getting too political or when stuff like that happens. But they had one for McCain when McCain ran. They had one for Obama when he ran. So they just have fun with some different political type tones. But it's just pretty funny, pretty interesting, articles of impeachment instead of articles of impeachment. Great idea, great little play in there. So. And then it has a Nancy Pelosi when she's doing like the duck clap. Like doing it. That's the logo of her doing like the duck clap there. So
yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Are you Pelosiing me right now? No.
Yep.
It's the new golf clap.
Yeah, I'm gonna Pelosi you forever. There's no special judgment in the state, maybe in the feds, but not in the state system. Well, I know when they put Martha in, Martha was in a pretty safe, easy jail. And she was in New York when she went to jail. They got some upstate. It's probably like outside the Hamptons or something. Tonight's topic, who's your daddy with Ricky draws?
What in the hell? Now let's keep it PG-13, all right? PG-13.
Yeah, the Pelosi has kind of that duck clap she did when he did the State of the Union address last year was iconic, so to speak.
Yes, I love it.
Eli is being honored with his own beer at a New Jersey brewery, and it had Eli in his name. But I'm like, I thought they would have done something like, beat the Patriots 2X IPA or something, because he beat the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl or something like that and everything. But
make it a double IPA.
Yeah, it's like a nice little class act for Eli. As he's retiring now, that they're making a beer to honor him. But I'm like, what about all the other guys? Like LT didn't get a beer that I know of. So there should be like an LT beer. There should be
where's Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah, Phil Simms beer. Some of these other guys that did ball there too. But
I don't know. I'm gonna say maybe Joe Montana, perhaps, and over on the West Coast.
Yeah, you think San Francisco, one of the breweries, would have made a Joe Montana. Maybe they do. We don't know about it though.
Yeah, they could.
I get to ask Tanya on that one.
I was trying to think of someone on the Lions. I'm like, God, there really isn't anybody on the Lions.
You'd have a Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders, yeah.
Yeah, Barry Sanders.
And
Billy Sims.
Billy Sims. Oh, I used to love Billy Sims back in the 80s.
I did too.
Okay, so I was doing some beer research this week.
Ooh. Drop some knowledge on us, Shannon.
I'm just gonna ask you if I'm sure you've probably heard about these beers. They're not like domestic beers. This one is from Iceland. It's sheep dung smoked whale testicle beer. Have you heard of this one?
I have not heard of that one. That's a hell of a title, though. What's the name of the beer? I mean,
it's I can't pronounce it. It's from Iceland.
It's Stedji, Stedji brewery.
Yeah,
what it's from.
Sheep dung smoked whale testicle beer.
But
it says this Icelandic beer uses sheep dung smoked whale testicles. Yes, that's the thing. The seasonal Icelandic beer uses 3 testicles per tank and is meant to be enjoyed along such equally suspect sounding local delicacies as cured sheep head and rotten shark. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be probably a pass for me.
Yeah, it's a hard
pass. Hard pass.
Yeah, I was thinking even at a beer festival, like giving a small sample. I don't know. I don't know the dung thing. I mean, I still don't drink the
supermodel panties is okay.
I don't still drink the brown note from Against the Grain just because of the imagery of the brown note that they use. I still have not drank that beer.
I instantly think of Austin Powers on that with the drinking the fat bastard shit or whatever. This tastes kind of nutty.
Natty ice with ice equals natty water. I had to find out the hard way. Why would you put you don't need to put it in the water. You're good to go with it by itself.
Yeah.
You don't want to water down the natty ice. No bottle.
Natty light.
Yes. What's the other beers you found?
Okay. Todd said he's heard of this one, so I'm sure you guys have too. Full Circle IPA by Stone Brewing. It says San Diego-based Stone Brewing is keeping water usage down during a statewide drought by using recycled wastewater to make their Full Circle IPA. While using water that was once in the toilet sounds iffy, the water is treated, so it's 100% safe and delicious to imbibe.
It's like a salutation for beer, like cheers.
Yeah. So, have you heard of that one?
Yes.
That's disgusting.
I mean, in the future, if water does get low, they have to figure out some strategies and
planning ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just saying. I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to drink anything recycled like that. I'm not even, it's like unless you're lucky, you're out in the desert stuck in a rock like that one guy, you get to drink your own piss because you can't.
There's an abundance of salt water out there. Figure out how to brew beer with salt water.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay, I have one more. It's called Pissner. And I can't pronounce the brewery.
It's overseas too?
It's from Denmark. It says, did you attend Denmark's Roskilde Music Festival in 2015? then your pee is likely used to make beer. Over 50,000 gallons of pee from the festival were collected and used to fertilize malted barley that was then harvested and turned into Pilsner.
I just feel like they're pulling it from the porta potties. A porta potty
I
and a
know.
beer is not a pretty thing.
Like, it's got a little twang in it.
The world's first beer made with human pee. Oh, it says made in partnership with the Danish government. Pilsner called their unique process beer cycling and hopes to show brewers new ways to be sustainable.
Yeah.
Pilsner.
They can piss off with that one.
Yeah.
Yes. Good one. Good one.
I'm not messing with that one either.
So, out of the three, which one would you, if you had to pick one to taste, which one would you do?
You had to drink one.
You had to drink one of them. The Pilsner, the Full Circle IPA, or the Sheep Dung Smoked Whale Testicle Beer.
Well, being that the piss has been used to fertilize the barley, you're not probably going to get that. So I will go with the Pilsner.
What was the second one? What was the second one again?
The Full Circle IPA. It was the water usage, recycled wastewater.
I'm going to Pilsner, I think.
I don't know. I'm kind of, God, between those choices.
I'm totally going Sheep Dung Smoked Whale Testicle.
That's what I'm kind of thinking is that first one. I mean, it's kind of like, if you get past the dog park, and I've had stuff with like oysters, beers, and stuff, all kinds of other stuff in it. People eat like Rocky Mountain oysters, which are bull balls.
True.
It's just smoked. It's just smoked with the sheep dung.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably better than.
Yeah,
it's probably better than drinking somebody else's piss and shit.
So. With the dung, then I'll go with the dung smoked beer.
Yeah, I might change my mind to that one too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Now that I think about it,
I'm not gonna have it with cured sheep head or rotten shark, but
I thought that was in it too, though.
No, it says you should drink it like pairs well with that.
Oh, pairs well.
Yeah,
pairs
have it with some fish and chips.
Yes, can't go wrong with that.
Good one, guys.
Dolly says so. Rod, you think no dung gets in those wheat fields when they harvest? No, I mean I know they use it for the fertilizer, but we're talking about it's a whole different type process. It's kind of like, distill the salt water. LOP beer, is it on sale?
Lots of people drink it every day.
I'm getting the P beer with the Rod J deal, even.
Yep.
The very first one, just for fun. Beer. But it's always smoking it. It's just smoking it with the dung.
Smoking.
I mean, they got the one beer where they use the stuff that what is it? Some monkeys over there eat and they shit it out or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They use that for something too. And people love that beer.
What's this?
Let me see here. Well, where Eric's at, it's kind of a nice
thank
thing.
you.
So in Michigan, breweries are pushing for new rules to double self-distribution limits on beer. So right now, the breweries can actually self-distribute 1,000 barrels. They're trying to get to 2,000, which will allow them to do that before having to sign on with distributors. So for some of your smaller places to get their own label out there, it could be a nice little thing too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun
Look at this little baby beer. It's a little baby beer. Look at how little it is.
Nicaragua.
Compared to this.
It's only 8 ounces, I think. It's Nicaraguan.
Nicaragua. You take short and stubby before.
It's so cute.
Did you hear what I said?
What'd you say?
Take short and stubby before.
I did. I'm glad somebody listens to me. Thank you for actually paying attention to what I said.
I remember saying.
I remember saying it too. I remember it.
That's good. I like that.
I'm taking that malt liquor sign, Shannon, when I come over.
You're not fucking taking my bull sign.
I'm fucking taking it.
No, you're not. You would break my heart. That is a symbol of my childhood.
Don't break your heart. Her achy, breaky
Don't
heart.
break my heart.
So Shannon would love this story, but this is actually down where Elbow is in Florida, I believe. But it's helping shelter dogs find forever homes by putting their faces on.
Yes, I saw that too.
Yeah. So I think another brewery was doing it also up in the north, but it's a neat little thing. And there's a lot of people that love beer. They got breweries that welcome dogs, so you could have some dogs getting attention from it. So pretty cool idea on their part to try to help some of the dogs out.
It's an amazing idea.
I would never drink a beer again. Not one of those. Oh, that one would disappear in my leather can holder. Talking about this little short and stubby one that you had there.
It's good. It tastes good. Why is it so little though? Like, why couldn't they make a big can?
I don't know. They had it at Wine World last time I was over there before Christmas. It was some kind of special. It's a Nicaraguan beer.
Yeah, it's from Nicaragua.
Lagunitas, who we all enjoy their beers from time to time, they're actually cutting their workforce to contend with the challenging U.S. beer market. So, unfortunately, the competition out there is high. It's only like 5% of their workforce, like 100 jobs, but they have to let some people go so they can keep up the battle. But Lagunitas still gives you the best value out there for what you
Best
get.
bang for your buck, yes. Best bang for your
Hands
buck.
down.
Yes, Todd has pounded that in my head. Before I knew anything about beer, I knew Lagunitas, whatever. Best bang for your buck.
I'll never forget walking in the brewery thinking I was going to some freaking strip club.
In Chicago, that's what it looks like. Yeah,
The brewery? Lagunitas?
Yeah, there's like
Warehouse.
black lights, and you're looking around thinking, "What in the hell am I going to a strip club?"
so neon. It's like, yeah, it's got some.
Were there naked women though?
No, there wasn't naked women.
It wasn't
So
a
why
strip
would you
club.
think it's a strip club?
Because they got the black lights.
Have you been in a strip club before?
No.
Well, see, some of the strip clubs have that look to them. Yeah.
You saw the
It
movie,
was
though.
the hallway leading to the brew house
I love black lights though. Where is that brewery?
in Chicago.
Yeah. The one I'm showing here is in California with the original, but they have a
that
second
one?
one in Chicago. Yeah.
I wanted to go to Goose Island, but I didn't make it over that way.
Yeah. They got a few other ones, like James, that's usually here, JT Davis. He's in Chicago, so we hooked up and grabbed some beers when I was up there. But there's some other smaller ones. They got Revolution, and you got Black Acre, some of those too. One brewery that actually getting more exposure now is the one that Todd turned me on was 18th Street.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, 18th Street. Yeah.
They're getting a lot of exposure now.
It's up in near Gary. Hammond. Was it Hammond?
More
No,
people,
that's
more people are talking about their
Flags.
beers, and they're getting more distribution, it seems. So, great beers from them.
I'm gonna grab one more.
for a long time I thought that was
One more.
probably the best
Only one.
brewery.
Okay.
It's gonna be a big one, so the
Okay.
PSA might be a little.
They're my favorite kind.
Vanessa says, is that small can the same diameter as the 12 and 16 ounce cans? Is that still on top of the 12 ounce? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah,
It's just a
it's
stubby.
just short. It's just short and stubby.
Short and fat.
Short and
Short
fat.
and fat.
Elbow says,
Get
I'm
the job
drinking
done.
He says, I'm drinking a Lagunitas Maximus as we speak. So, yeah, everybody knows about Lagunitas. Yeah, anytime stuff you get from them, their barley wine, their stouts, I mean, they just show that you can make good beer, not have to overly charge for it, I guess. And,
Don't get greedy.
And over here, within the next couple of weeks, their undercover should be back out, which is a great one I like to taste. I will be picking that up again. That's probably one of the beers. As I always say, I always try to drink different beers, but the beers I go back to, Lagunitas undercover, one of them, the undercover investigation shut that down.
That's a good one.
Well, that's nice going to cap the night off with the Worldwide Stout.
My
Who makes
last
that?
one, Dogfish Head.
Dogfish Head.
Yeah, I got a couple more of the vanilla oak ones downstairs. I gotta.
Oh, that vanilla oak is awesome. It's good. I think some of the beers got to come up to get into the date.
Especially at the price Red paid for them.
She said, well, those were chimpanzees, actually. That's the chimpanzees that were shitting out the bean or whatever.
Ugh.
The Maple Syrup Harvest Fest is where the Eastern State Expo on West Springfield, Mass, March 15th. I will look for the smoke to send Shannon. Yeah, Vanessa was going back out, I think, to the llama farm here soon.
A llama farm. That sounds awesome.
That's where she gets her duck. That's where she gets her duck eggs and stuff. The llama farm.
Our niece would be in heaven. She loves llamas.
4/23/19.
Good to go. It's a worldwide stout. It can last almost forever.
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 I'm glad someone got to say a lot on that one.
Forever, ever.
Forever.
No, forever, ever. Who sings that song?
Yeah,
That's
I'm sorry,
Outkast.
Miss Jackson.
Outcast. Yeah.
That's Outkast. But I was looking for someone who just say a lot. Was Todd God on that one?
You beat me to it.
I can go forever too. That's a good Forever too from Outkast as well.
Yeah.
Ever. Yes, Llama Farm every weekend,
Oh
Saturday
my
usually.
God.
Yeah.
I just love animals. Like I could just live my life with animals and be so happy because they just love you no matter what.
His bum was lurking in the background. He says, "Good God, remember we thought nothing could be more disgusting than Rogue's beard beer, which they use beard in."
Oh, I saw that too.
Yeah.
That was one of them because I Googled like weirdest beers, crazy beers, like stuff like that. And that beard beer came up. I saw that.
Yeah, that one was a hairy situation.
But I'm sure it's way more. I'm sure it's way more delicious and like okay than Model's Panties beer.
I don't know. I don't know. I would say either on my list to actually try, but that'd be one heck of a taste test comparison. Elbo's a nice beer, Eric.
Dude, this is awesome, Elbow. If you find it, get it. It's good.
40 llamas with 3 new baby and 6-month-old running around.
Dang.
Oh my God, baby llamas.
I will get some close-up pics to post. So you follow Vanessa.
Yeah, post. Yeah.
And names. Do they have names? Because I bet they have the cutest names.
Yeah, Vanessa, you do that. I have to show her. We'll have to show her niece because she
put
loves.
them on Instagram, Vanessa and Kitty.
She loves llamas. My daughter does too, though.
Big Daddy said can't wait. Peacocks at farm and guinea hens, ducks, and geese. Yeah.
Geese are mean though. Are those the geese there mean? Because geese are usually mean.
Being on the golf course.
Peacocks are peacocking. Let me see. In Utah, started letting stores, bars sell stronger beers, having its effect on Idaho. But anyway, I took it from the headline. So essentially, we talked before about Utah raising their drinking age, which you're only going to 5% ABV. But like, I guess
so
in Utah,
what?
They went to 5%.
It's because the Mormons out there control everything, Shannon.
So they
the drinking age. Raised
no, not the
what?
age. No,
and the alcohol.
The ABV.
ABV, they used to have to be really low.
Sorry.
Well, it's still pretty low, but.
So they went to 5%, but now like Idaho and other states around are losing business because I guess it's low there in some spots, and they're going over to Utah to get beer. But then they said some of the beers they're getting there, they already have in Idaho. But I don't know. People are going to Utah now. It's affecting some of the other states. Like some sales are down 20 to 30% for some places. But I'm just kind of
that's
5% is
never ever
living. Now, keep in mind the 5% level was just for what the stores and bars could sell. There was other stuff that can be distributed at higher levels too. Like at some of the breweries, you can get higher level beer. But yeah. And then a New York man registers his beer as an emotional support animal.
I saw that. I saw that.
Not really going to help him out anywhere. They're like, we let you do it, but it's not going to do anything. And he had said something. He was drinking something somewhere, like on the subway, and the police didn't say anything. So it's like he says, my support animal. He has a certificate.
I knew you were going to talk about this as soon as I saw it. I knew you were going to talk about it.
But on the support animals, I did see a story earlier this week on the news. I think it was last night. They're actually looking at changing the law, like on airplanes. Like only dogs will be allowed to go on. Because I guess people had pigs. Somebody had like
peacocks. They had peacocks. One of them was a peacock.
One of the peacocks. Somebody else had like a mini horse, I think. And
yes, a mini horse. Yes.
Yeah, it was getting out of control. It's like, so
yeah.
They're going back to dogs, but the people are going to try to sue about that as well. Probably like, they have their other animals that aren't a dog, but I don't know. You get a letter, these doctors sign off saying they need it for emotional support. I don't know how you go against that, right? Like,
I mean, a dog I could see, a cat, even a pig, little baby pigs.
A pig on a plane?
A little bitty baby pig, yeah, mini pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would big. I mean, I'd be like, you know what? You're gonna be bacon one day, pig. People would probably be hating me. Like the emotional support person would be like, "You're so mean." Oh, you should call him Bacon.
That's what I was gonna say. Just name him Bacon. What's your name, Bacon?
No. Okay, so I've always loved pigs. Okay, so and I'm a hypocrite because I like bacon too. So Don't throw that out there because I know that's where you're gonna go. But I've always loved pigs.
In my book, everybody's loving
So Todd, the very first thing he got me when we first started dating was a pig. It was like a little ceramic pig. But then I used to collect Boyd's bears, and they have all these like little cute names on them. And I got rid of all of them. You remember? And I kept one pig, and his name was Willie B. Bacon. Get it?
That's pretty
Willie
good.
B. Bacon?
That's
Yeah. But that's my dream pet is a little micro mini pig. Like, I would like to.
A potbelly pig?
Like a micro mini pig.
Micro mini pig.
It's an itty bitty pig that does not get big.
I was thinking,
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up.
Yes, a micro mini pig. They're like $3,000 or $4,000. So I'm sure we'll never get one.
Perfect size for the microwave.
Oh, wow.
God. No, but I had one of my jobs, I had a family member come in with their little micro mini pig and had little John Deere overalls on and a little hats, and she fed him Cheerios. He had a little baggie of Cheerios, and he'd eat the Cheerios.
Mm-hmm.
When I worked at Sellersburg, somebody brought in a little micro mini pig and it had John Deere overalls on. It's the cutest thing ever. I would love to have a little micro mini pig.
I have a pickle snowflake at like 6 hours old from 2017 on Instagram. We said the baby llama. Beautiful color on her. The ducks are laying eggs again. I saved egg cartons to have the eggs collected, duck dog, and duck egg noodles to come. I want to train llamas as service animals.
That would be good.
That would be sweet. That would actually
be good. On the plane. I don't know.
I would love to get on a plane with a llama.
Napoleon Dynamite's llama was not wanting to mess with Napoleon Dynamite. Didn't want to eat the
Yes, I love that.
Was not
throwing it over the fence.
Yeah.
Grandma broke her coccyx.
Yeah.
Coccyx.
You gotta eat your food.
It was such a good movie.
God,
whatever happened to that? I don't see anything else now, but that was a classic.
God.
Do what?
God.
Oh, yeah.
Bring llama on plane just because.
Yes.
Don't be a trouble starter there.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. Just got home from a friend's band practice, having a New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Starship IPA. Cheers, Tony.
Nice.
I have not had that one yet from New Belgium, but I know
I've seen that.
You have any more of these?
She said, my last pig was Princess. We just finished the meat. Princess didn't last too long.
Yeah, Princess must
yeah. Yeah, but be careful. Most of those pigs are not little.
I know. That's the thing. They'll sell them as micro minis, and then they get big.
And when I said hi to phone, he says, are those little pigs edible? Gilbert says, I'm going to order a few for a breakfast party.
Wow.
I'm sure they'll be really tasty for $3,000. You go ahead.
Choke them, then smoke them. These are high-priced pigs.
Yeah.
And then Foamy said, hey, Vanessa, I do like pork. I mean, I like bacon. I like sausage.
I like pork. I like pork chops.
Yeah. I do too. I that's why I said I'm a hypocrite.
Pork
but if I had one in the house, I wouldn't be able to do it.
I don't think you'd be a hypocrite. I mean, you're not saying save the pigs, but then eating them. You just.
But
like
I wish I could save the pigs. But it's kind of like being like a big Bible-beaten Christian. It's like you can't drink, and then drinking.
No, I think you're still clear. You're not really that way with the pigs. So
yeah.
I wish I could be that way with the pigs.
It's kind of like you're in church, but you're not really preaching, but you're still passing judgment on people, and then you're doing the same damn thing. It's more like that.
That's true. That's true.
But than a person preaching.
Like in my head,
similar but different.
In my head, I'm okay with eating birds and fish. Like I would rather not.
Their feelings don't matter as much.
Yeah.
But I do it.
Jenny.
Birds and fish, you're okay with. And cows.
No, I would rather not eat cows.
But you like
I would rather not eat cows or pigs.
You like steak.
I would be okay with birds and fish. I don't really think that.
Yeah, I would get bored of birds and fish after a point. I think
I would too, but I feel like they're the least like filling animals.
No, I love panfish. I could eat panfish for a while before I would get sick of it.
What's the panfish?
Like bluegills?
Oh yeah, I like bluegill.
Crappie.
Bluegill, perch, bass, walleye.
Yeah, we had some. Was it sea bass?
Yeah.
We got it at Aldi's.
Yeah.
Sea bass.
Kick his ass, sea bass.
I've had
It was good.
I've had Chilean sea bass. It was good.
Kick his ass, sea bass.
We went to a fancy restaurant when I was pregnant with Kylie. We went to San Antonio for his work, and I got a fish. It was like filet and fish or whatever. Like I had a filet mignon, and they brought the fucking fish, and it still had like it was like the whole fish.
Yeah, it was the whole fish.
It was like a fancy fish.
You
ate the middle out, right? Like you had the head and the tail, but you ate
I don't even remember. I'm like, I don't even think I can eat any of this because it was.
Are you giving me fish eyes right now?
Yeah, it was bad.
Just an update for Todd. Indiana 6360 with like.
Yeah,
he's watching.
I got it on. I've been watching it. Yeah, he just hit a 3-pointer, take the lead.
Vanessa says, I'm an Episcopalian. I hunt and butcher animals. What does that got to do with Christian? Nothing. Not a thing.
Yeah. No. Will you get me another one of these?
Cow, pigs, lamb, sheep, goat, ducks, geese, turkeys, quail, Petargian pheasant, rabbit deer, moose bear. Yeah, I mean, you got a whole bunch of food you can eat out there.
No, I've had duck when I was over in England. I've never had
duck
beef.
is good.
Yeah.
I've had duck here. I would like to do quail. I heard quail was always good.
Quail. I've never had quail. And
I could do quail.
The pheasant?
Pheasant?
I've never had pheasant.
Pheasant, but that's supposed to be good as well.
I don't know if I've had rabbit. I know I've had deer.
Moose. I would love to do moose. I've never did rabbit. I know people that have had rabbit.
I've had rabbit and I've had turtle before. Turtle's good.
Turtle, people have. I know people that had squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had squirrel too. It's kind of gristly.
Yeah. The game gave me this of it, but yeah. But that's just
we actually have a restaurant in Louisville and it's called Game. And it's like
all game.
Yeah, it's like the meat. It's a meat place, and it's gamey meat.
We have something like that up here too, Shannon.
If it's an animal, this is probably ate it. Lake whitefish, walleye, and pike.
Lake whitefish is good too, Eric.
Yeah, I heard pike.
I love whitefish.
Mom said if God didn't want us to eat cows, he wouldn't have made them out of hamburger meat. Well, that's a good one, Mom.
Game.
Tamargin is Alaskan state bird.
See, I don't think I've ever had that.
Squirrel. I think gator, camel, horse. I've had gator.
I've had gator.
I haven't had camel or horse, but some countries I know they do eat horse as well.
Well, IKEA had that big thing where they said their meatballs were made out of horse. Remember all that big controversy?
I heard people used to talk about McDonald's using horse meat, but I don't think it was actually true back in the day.
Who was the one?
No, that was worms.
No, they say horse meat at McDonald's.
Well, when I was a kid,
worms too.
Worms. They were talking about because my mom got pissed off at me because when I was little, you're little and you don't know, and we were sitting across from somebody and they were eating a hamburger, and I said something about them eating worms. But yeah, there was a big thing about McDonald's hamburgers being made out of worms.
Interesting.
I'm sure it was not true.
No,
I've never. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say it's McDonald's, so it could have been.
Oh, it's still yummy.
Save money.
Who was the one that they for kangaroo meat? I thought.
Yeah, there was a kangaroo meat thing out there as well.
Yeah, that game restaurant she's talking about, they have kangaroo, ostrich, all kinds of different type burgers. Yeah, that's why it's called game. It's like wild game.
I'll try anything once. I'll try anything.
Me too. I'll try it.
But the people that own that one also own one of our favorite restaurants too. It's called Hammerheads.
Ostrich. Ostrich burgers are really good. I like those.
Bison is very good.
Yeah, they got bison. They got all kinds of.
I only had quail eggs, which is good with their food. I would like to have quail eggs. Tomorrow.
They're good. I've never had them.
It's silent. There you go. Yeah, because I'm like, how did I say that? I figured the P would be silent, but I wasn't sure. Like a quail type bird. Why save pigs? They have no dignity. Pigs will eat anything, including dead human corpse.
Well, we're fucking eating them. Why wouldn't they want to eat us?
It was like Pulp Fiction. He doesn't mess with pigs. He says, "But bacon is good, but ham is good."
Under a minute, baby.
That's a funny scene from Pulp Fiction.
And I'm not saving them. I'm eating them too. I just wish I was
Rotten Ronnie's.
better than I am.
Yeah, I call it Rotten Ronnie's. I call it Rotten Ronnie's too here. Todd, what's the score?
65-62 with 43 seconds to go, and Michigan State just got fouled.
Yummy pork belly with chili oil.
Oh, pork belly is good.
Yeah.
Pork belly.
Ooh, with chili oil. That sounds good.
Yeah, I saw him dinner driving to Dives. He was at a pork belly sandwich at one of the places.
So, Dolly, was that a restaurant that serves that, or are you making that? She's done some cooking videos on Instagram.
Vanessa said Australia was sending us U.S. military bull meat, but when I inspected it and sent it to the lab, it was mostly kangaroo that caused an international stir.
I bet.
Animal Farm, George Orwell, 2 legs bad.
I did read a George Orwell 1984. Yeah, I read that book.
Yeah, everybody read that book, I think, at some point, or most school curriculums they had it.
Well, I read it.
Yeah.
I read it because it's kind of like
probably schools probably don't do it now.
Yeah, there was a movie, and it might be kind of loosely based on The Handmaid's Tale, because it was kind of like, no, it wasn't that. It was another movie I watched, but might have actually been called 1932.
Missed it.
No, but 1984 is the book.
Yeah, 1984. Yeah.
So 1932 would have been depression years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you all could live in any era, have I asked this question before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's skip it.
Anything before the 60s, it's kind of questionable for me. In America.
Yes. I get
I
that.
would probably say late 50s, early 60s, kind of right around that time.
I would have I would have never made it in those ages.
Oh, people adapted. People were just, you didn't know anything except what you had.
I think I would have, I was born in 77, but I think my 20s should have been in the 70s. I think I would have fit in really well in the 70s.
I remember the 70s being like the no bra decade. Because it was like the equal rights zone. All the young women weren't wearing bras.
That's right. Yes. I just want to be.
Wasn't a bad time
love.
to be a preview teen or whatever back then.
Free love. Just, yes.
Since they're watching Friday 13, like, there's no bras. Anybody's wearing bras anywhere. So,
That's what one of my bosses said. I lived in the 70s when I was in my mid-20s, and people were all the time. And he said no one got pregnant because they. Well, he said no one he knew got pregnant. Let me put that.
They got pregnant. They just took care of it, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like
that could be too.
How old were you? How old were you in 7th grade? Like
about
12, 13.
7th
yeah,
grade?
11, 12, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
We're probably like in 9th grade, so maybe around 11 or
yeah.
whatever. I remember being 7th grade, in the 80s. Maybe it was 80 or whatever. And we had a substitute teacher one time, and she was a younger teacher, early 20s or whatever. And she came in. It was that time when they still weren't wearing bras, and we were just fixated the whole.
Yeah, you're just staring the whole time.
She's the best substitute we've ever had. All the girls.
She's like, right, my eyes are up here.
Yeah.
Just keep teaching.
That's only good though. You guys want to have a girl with no bra on. That's only good when they're in their 20s. When you're 40-something years old, y'all want people to be wearing bras.
It don't fucking matter, Shannon, at my age.
It does if they got really big tits that have been living for 40 years.
But if you look at over in Europe, they don't wear them when they're older and stuff too. So because and maybe that's why they don't sag as much when they're older, because they don't wear them when they're younger either. So it's not.
I used to wear my bra to bed. Never took my bra. Yes.
Really?
Yes, because I have in the 8th grade, my boobs kept big boobs. I've got huge boobs. They're natural and they fucking sag now because I'm fucking 42 years old. But yes, I used to wear. I never was comfortable, so always wore a bra to bed. Yes.
Eric, 65-63. Michigan State has the ball. 9 seconds to go.
You all want them natural tits? But once they hit 32, 33, y'all don't want them no more.
If it's there, they're there. I mean, yeah, no difference.
It's part of life.
Yeah.
What it is.
I mean, sure, they're not as high as they used to be, but they're still
Right, yeah.
still
I make
there.
jokes. Yeah. I make jokes with Todd.
I had
my
my fun in
boobs.
the. I have had my fun in the 20s, Shannon. So now I'm just pretty mellow now.
Paul's in the house at Cheers, guys.
What's going on, Paul? Hey, Paul.
Probably
When
at
you
work.
Paul? If you come back to Michigan, let me know and I'll meet up with you.
What's up, Paul?
And Vanessa had asked to actually read the Cliff Notes. Now, we actually read back then. We had 1984. We had Animal Farm when we were like in 9th grade, I think. We did To Kill a Mockingbird at some point. We did The Great Gatsby.
What about Great Expectations? We did that one.
We did Great Expectations. I feel like we did Great Gatsby a couple times, actually.
I need to read
Mice
that
and
book.
Men.
Yeah,
'Cause
Shakespeare's the stuff that we did.
we never did
Like
Shakespeare.
my senior year, like one of my lectures,
Mice and Men.
our drama class, so we did acting and stuff in that one. So, yeah, we did a lot of works and stuff back then.
So did you guys, like in
Todd's a
high
thespian.
school, Todd was a baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
Did you all do anything in high school?
I was
I played baseball.
You played baseball?
was a shot putter, and then also like part of this. Well, I would say I was a backup sprinter because I really didn't want to be a sprinter, but I had to run with the relays and stuff as certain things I would do, but mainly a shot putter. And then I played football my freshman and senior year, but really didn't want to play football that much. But all my buddies were playing. They wanted me to play basketball with them, but I didn't play. I wasn't tall enough for basketball. I mean, I was 6 foot, but
You're fucking, yeah. I mean, like, how tall do you have to be?
they were like 6'3", 6'4". Up there, like 6 foot, you're probably playing a guard type position or something. So
Yeah.
it was a little bit different. So, but no, I did. Once I went to shot put, I picked up this little 12-pound ball, and I threw it like 37 feet my freshman year, which was farther than anybody else was throwing. So I was already going to meets like for varsity and stuff. And then I came back sophomore year, not lifting weights. I was throwing to 47 feet. And so I was like,
Damn.
So it was kind of like, why go out there and play football if I can just do this and not get hit?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Back then it was about getting your letters. So I was able to get all 3 letters by the time I left. But they were like, if I lifted weights, they thought I'd be throwing 60 plus feet. And I was like, I don't really want to do it. I'm just doing it for just to do it anyway, which I wish I would have done it because I would have liked to have gotten a scholarship instead of paying the loans back that I had to pay.
Yeah.
It's to get like off scholarship.
Bless you.
I'm like, I'm not in New York. Where it's like loans like crazy.
If I was to guess, I would have said Rod football. I probably would have been like, I probably would have did say Eric would have been baseball.
I love baseball. I didn't do it my senior year, but I loved it.
Do y'all think I did anything in high school?
Softball.
Huh?
Softball.
I said cheerleader. Eric said softball.
She has
Theater.
the personality for cheerleader too.
Theater? Really? Theater?
I wasn't even I did backstage theater.
I was
Like,
gonna say you.
I wasn't even on the stage. Like, I did like
Like a-
props and like help people go onto the stage.
You weren't the fluffer.
Yeah, I was the fluffer.
No,
Still am. Still am.
Are you?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Not going there. Not going there. No.
Shadow was key grip.
Don't do that.
That's
No,
why
I
I
have
did it.
friends in high school. If you ask them, they'll tell you they thought I could have played probably at a higher level. I just didn't want to play football. I mean, my freshman year, I went out for the team, and my friends were playing different positions, and I was actually playing tackle on the offensive line. And halfway through the season, my line coach says, "You're in the wrong position." It's like, you need to be actually a running back. Because I was fast. I ran when I went to college freshman year, I had a buddy who wanted to go for the Mountaineers. At the time, I was 230. So I said, I'll go out there, support and all that kind of stuff. They ran me in a 40 the first time. They didn't tell me what the time was. They said, hey, we want you to run against this guy over here. I beat both guys I ran against, and they had me in a 4.56, which was back then at 230 was fast. But I never lifted weight, so I didn't know what weight to lift. So they asked me to actually lift over the summer and come back out in the fall. But I was only there for my friend anyway, so I didn't really want to play football that much to really put that much heart into it, which I was there with friends with a lot of people on the football team, and the stuff you do on the football team in college is crazy. And if your heart's not into it, you don't even want to.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say. Might sound condescending, but I'm proud that you didn't like just fall into what people told you to do.
Well, I wasn't going to college to play sports anyway. I mean, I was kind of
right.
I went there because I wanted to go there for the program, but
but you should be proud of yourself that you just didn't do what the adults expected from you.
I've never done what the adults expected.
The adults never expected anything from me. So
the funniest thing is coming out of school, me and my best friend, he ended up getting a scholarship up to UMass to play football. He actually was looking at Notre Dame and Penn State and all these other schools. And in the 6th week of the season, their senior year, he got his ankle broken. And they all withdrew their scholarships at UMass. So he got a free ride to UMass, great school. Went to play football for them. And he told me years later, he's like, I took the right decision not playing it because he had to get like a lot of pain relief after he was done playing. And it just wasn't maybe worth it as much in the long end of things. But it was, it's the decisions you make, an alternate universe. I might be a football player, or I might be a shot putter, or maybe whatever. So, but I can't say life turned out bad. So,
Well, and that's like with my daughter. I'm just kind of like a free spirit kind of parent. Todd mostly is. He's not quite as free as I am, which is probably good because she does need some boundaries and stuff. But I'm like, just be you. Don't this is the time for you to be free and happy and make your mistakes while you're here and you're protected, So I'm like, and she does marching band and she loves it. And that's more than I did, So I'm just like, just be who you want to be. And then that way, when you get older, when you get older, so what if you're broke? You can be broke and happy.
Yeah.
It's the expectations. It's like, you think you have to grow up. You think you have to have a big house and make lots of money and do all that shit. You don't have to do that. You could be as happy and be broke too. It's not about the money.
Actually,
that's what
people are being broke, like growing up and going to parties. You have more fun to people that were broke parties.
Right. Yeah. And listen, she's an only child. That child will never not have a home. And she is, and she's a good kid. She makes good grades. She's a way better kid than I was. And if she was a little troublemaker, I'd probably be a different kind of parent. But she's a good kid. I don't know how, probably because of him, but she's a good kid. I just want her to be
probably
right.
I just want her to be free.
I'm just teasing.
I know, but I just want her to be free and happy.
She's a good kid.
Yeah. Dolly says she was learning to make homemade noodles.
I go to the bathroom.
She said she did read Animal Farm as well. Gilbert was going on to a nice show winter beer, which I actually do have 3 of those beers left in my cooler. I still need to do reviews on. Vanessa was in 6th grade in 72. In the end, the pig's taking on the human characteristics of standing up to upright. Yeah. I would have liked to have been 18 to 78 to help with Dawn of the Dead. Then I could have hung out in the cities for real thrash, death, and black metal first wave movement. Yeah, you'd have been right on the cusp of it for sure.
Yeah, right on the cusp. Yeah.
Let's see. If you look at the yard with the butternut tree on my Instagram, I was standing in the yard of middle school 6 through 8 was that. To go back and look at that. I don't mind hangers. No, Paul does not. Gravity wins out in the end.
Vanessa, if you love somebody, it ain't gonna matter. It's not gonna matter.
Bum said there's a YouTube clip of a 50-something Bravo Doris Day on Johnny Carson, and they look damn good. So. It says hi, PA. Vanessa, Shannon, stop talking down about your body. I'm sure your sidekick loves you and everything about you. I don't think Todd does for sure. I think you're wonderful, Shannon, and my housemate says you look great. Hey, Bamboo in the house. What's going on, sir?
What's going on, Bamboo? Cheers, buddy.
In high school, I made TNT in fall freshman year of 76. Bet that was a blast. Doom. What is TNT, Vanessa? It's dynamite, as Jimmy Walker would say.
Yeah.
Vanessa, Dolly, Bum, PA, all 1 pound. Yeah. It's a party going on. Dolly says hi to Bamboo. Hi, Bamboo, TNT, trinitropyline, commonly called dynamite. Yeah. My mama always talks down about her appearance. Makes me sad for her. She's beautiful to me. Yeah. I said beauty is just, we're all going to age at some point. Enjoy the ride, what I say.
Mm-hmm.
I know TNT thought it was a high school thing, but that's Rick James Eastwood in the house. What's going on, Chris, my friend?
Rick James, bitch.
And then she says, Shannon, what do you regret not doing? We'll have to wait for Shannon to come back for that.
Yeah, I was going to say you have to wait for that one.
Todd, what you
maybe do to your thumb? What'd you do to your thumb?
You do something? Oh yeah, you did. I didn't notice that.
I smashed it a couple months ago at work. So I also take care of shipping. Sometimes I have to load trucks, and I was.
So it's not just sitting in the cushy chair all day.
No. I do about a job of like 4 people should probably do. So sometimes I have to load trucks too, and so I was forklift. I was moving some of the forks on the lift, and I was kind of leaning over, and I pushed it one way, and it just smashed the shit out of it.
Yeah. Vanessa says she makes egg noodles a lot. Jeremy's in the house. Cheers, Jeremy.
What's up, Jeremy?
John says a 4.5 at 2:30 is basically Derek Henry. Yeah, I mean, if you just saw me in college, which I think I have some old pictures from that on my scrapbook. But yeah, I was pretty muscular and stuff like that. My thighs were like huge, and my calves. I mean, I have NFL players that I know around Cincinnati that were like, dude, your thighs, your calves are bigger than like Barry Sanders. Like,
dude, your calves are huge.
They asked me if I played ball on other teams and stuff. So not just regular people, but people that actually play in the league.
I did play 2 years of baseball in college.
Yeah, John asked if you played D1 when you played in college.
No, it was actually Division I NAIA.
Okay.
Which at that level is probably better than like Division. It's about the same level as probably Division II.
I think Kurt Warner, when he was in college at Iowa, was NAIA.
Yeah. Because you get down so low in like even like Division III, like NAIA. Like NAIA is usually higher than Division III, and depending on where you go to school at, it could be equivalent to like Division II.
I have to go back to the question for Shannon. Dolly asked now. She says, Shannon, what do you regret not doing?
Should I leave now?
No, I don't think. I really think I did whatever I wanted to. I really.
Well, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
This is my regret is not taking school more seriously. That would be my regret.
Yeah, I mean at the time, you're going through doing it, but it's like, yeah.
And like I skipped like senior trip because I had a boyfriend and I didn't want to leave him and like stuff like that. I regret prioritizing high school boyfriends over friends. I regret that.
This is
interesting.
Yeah, in the high school 10th grade, I was like in our ski club and we had a trip to Canada. I didn't go. I wish I would have went to Canada for that one.
Oh, that'd have been cool.
Instead, we went to Vermont before to Killington and we skied that. My mom was pissed. She's like, she wanted me to go out and experience other countries and stuff, but I didn't go to Toronto later on in life. But
I'm telling you guys, go to England. Go to England.
That's awesome. That's where my heart is. I want to go.
We got passports. We'll have to make it happen.
I want to go to Europe. I want to go to London, Rome,
Italy.
I want to go places that speak English, honestly, because I don't want to be lost.
Pretty much everywhere in Europe does. They want you to try to speak the language, but if you can't, they'll.
Right. But I'm kind of like fly by the seat of my pants, but I'm also kind of like when I want to be prepared. Like we're going on vacation, we're going to Jamaica.
Seat of your pants.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like just in normal life, I'm just kind of like, okay, we'll just swing it. But then when it comes to like things that I don't know, like going out of the country, like I want to know flying. Like I've not flown. Yeah. Like I'm researching the language. I'm like what to expect and things I need to do at the airport and
English and Jamaican areas we were.
Yeah, like
just don't fly American.
Oh well, that's where we're fucking.
first flight out to Charlotte, I think is where we're going, is American Airlines.
Good luck.
But after that, it's not anymore.
But here's.
But that wasn't our choice. That was our friend that kind of said it.
But here's the difference in our view of that. He's like, well, I'm glad it's going there and not coming back. And I'm like, no, I wish it was coming back because I'd rather be late coming home than miss a whole day of our vacation.
Yeah, there were people that
I think it's gotten better though since then.
Well, they had the union stuff they had to handle, but yeah, some people got to miss their whole vacations on that when they were going down.
And I'm not so worried about how I'm going to react if we miss a day of vacation because I will be upset. But he'll be pissed.
You see me on YouTube.
And I feed off of him. So when he's upset, I'm just like, yeah.
I'll message you, be like, tune in. I'm going live with this shit.
Put this up on your channel. These motherfuckers are messed up again.
Yeah, I'm worried about everybody else's.
You're like, I'm trying to tell you, son. What are you doing?
You done messed up, AA Ron. You done messed up. That AA Ron joke's never going to die.
That host gets great.
Do you guys feed off of other people's energy? Like I can be fine and I try to be happy and look at the bright side of things. But when he gets upset, it's like I'm trying to be positive. He gets pissed off when I try to make him positive, and then that makes me mad, which I would have been.
Really?
I think a lot of people feed off energy from other people in a situation. So,
but do you try to change other people's energy, or do you just?
What do you mean by changing other people's energy?
Sometimes, like if something is bad, it's like I try to give them a bright side on stuff. Sometimes,
right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I give them, but sometimes
I don't ever get mad. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sometimes it's just like I don't know what to tell you, man. It's messed up. I mean,
it is, it is what it is.
Yeah, like that whole thing. We're just stuck there in Miami. Is like I kept thinking like I would love to hit this guy in the jaw, but then I'm locked down. Then I might lose my job, and I got all this other stuff. You don't have those things like when you're a teenager. That's why teenagers fly off the handle and stuff.
Right. So I will give you an example. Okay, so we went to a Phil Collins concert, and the line was ridiculous.
I wasn't the only one.
No, he was. You were not the only one. Lots of people were upset. Like the concert was going to start in like half an hour. There was lines like outside of the stadium to the street, and he's getting really irritated. And I'm like, I mean, I'm irritated too. Yeah. Like I'd rather be in there watching the concert, but I'm also kind of like, okay.
Did you feel something coming in the air that night?
Yeah, we did. We did. Yes.
Nice.
But
nice reference.
But it was a beautiful night. Yeah. We were outside. It was beautiful weather. Like tickets we had were free.
I didn't do anything.
But he was not an asshole or anything.
I mean, I could
tell you were frustrated and irritated.
Yeah, but so was everybody around me.
Yes.
So maybe Tyler was drawing energy from them, like everybody was frustrated.
Maybe, but I was like, listen, it's a beautiful night. We're out here. It's free. Let's just but he gets mad at me when I'm trying to.
That's kind of like me doing like this. You hate that. You're just being condescending. When
but I was not being condescending.
I'm not saying you was then. I'm just saying in general, a lot of times you are. So it just pisses people
off. Kyle was probably in the not now mode is what he was in.
Like, exactly.
Kyle was just like not now, not no.
I know, but also when I tell him things like that, I'm trying to convince myself too.
The thing was, it's like one of the top venues in the country, from what the artists say, to play at the Yum Center where U of L plays basketball. And it's like it was a terrible. Like I don't even understand. Like they have bazillion concerts there. Why was this one just so? We literally got in. It was supposed to start at 9:00. We literally got to our seats at 9:15.
And he waited,
he did wait.
He waited for
probably
because
he knew it was such a shit show getting in.
Oh, that's
so good. There was no reason to even be upset because we didn't miss anything.
But you just lucky.
I didn't know that going in. Though.
I know you did.
Because you knew going in, he was the only person playing. So it's like, you're 15 minutes coming in, you done miss,
But would you be more pissed at that, or would you be more pissed if you went to a Lauryn Hill show and you got your seat at 9, but she didn't show up to 9:45?
I'd be pissed
That
off
would
more
be.
at that.
I'd be pissed at that. I'd be pissed at
I'd
that
be pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm fucking leaving.
too. I'd be
Yeah.
pissed,
It's
too.
like people get pissed all the time. Like, why do you keep going to Lauren Hill shows? You never know. She never
She
shows
shows
up
late.
on time.
She shows up late.
all the time. All the time.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It's like,
Waiting.
stop going. Yeah.
One time.
I am very impatient. Waiting on somebody, like I say, okay,
So what's the difference, though?
I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, what's the difference, though?
Because
Whether you're
It's
late getting in or you're
inconsiderate.
there and late waiting on them, it's still
when
late.
there's a plan, and you know everybody's waiting on you,
Oh, I agree with that. I was just saying.
yes, that pisses me
I'm not
off more
saying-
than anything.
I
Because
hate
I hate to wait on people, and I get like I don't get anxious, but when I know somebody's waiting for me, I get anxious. I'll be like, fuck it, we're going. I don't care if I'm ready or not, we're leaving because I don't want anybody waiting on me.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
That is the most inconsiderate. People that are late, people that make you wait for them when everybody else is ready.
Like their time's more valuable.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
inconsiderate.
Yeah.
I cannot stand that.
And Todd, Dolly actually showed you a little compassion. She said, I know the feel. I peeled off half my nail on my right hand. Flicker.
Are you talking about your fingernail?
Yeah. Chris had asked what happened to his hand. Yeah. So Dolly showed
Yeah.
a little compassion there.
Yeah, it's been probably 2 or 3 months ago.
I
It's
know. I'm
still-
surprised it hasn't like.
Well, it's grown out some, but it's still you still can't get.
Yeah,
to
it's
the,
like it's grown out, but it's still bruised.
yeah,
The
to
grown
the
out
quick
part's
of it.
still bruised.
It's not even sore now. It's just in my.
Vanessa
I
said,
guess.
regrets. Decisions I made in the past are just part of myself. I wanted to attend college after high school, but signed into the Air Force instead. That was that in 80.
But
you
Vanessa,
went
you're
back to college later, yeah.
badass.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was saying earlier. So we did sports, like, I did football for a couple of years. I did the track and stuff. My other buddy, they got the scholarship. They wanted us for the academy. And it was just like, my one buddy that was actually really smart to get on his SATs, but he wasn't an athlete. He wanted to go to the academy. He couldn't. They wouldn't offer him to do anything because they wanted to also have the athletic type as well. So that was interesting. You think you want more brains there too, but
Yeah.
Jeremy says hello. Back to Jeremy. Go to Italy, Shannon. Guys there are so fine.
Dolly said go to Italy because guys there are so fine.
Oh, hey, I love.
What about the girls, Dolly?
That's France. I think the girls in like France,
fine.
the French
Spain,
girls
it's
are
Spain.
hot.
Spain, Shannon, Spain.
Spain, I'm sure. I think that like
Yeah, I would do. You
the
go to
men
Italy, I go
and
to
women
Spain.
both. Like
I don't know.
the,
Brazil always has like good stuff.
Yeah,
there.
Brazilian
Yeah.
women are,
Yeah.
yep.
the dark complexion, the dark hair, the dark eyes. Like yes,
Or you just go to the red light district and
pay for it.
call it a day.
I found out the day before graduation I won the Bausch and Law scholarship to RPI. The teachers did not tell me back when they knew if they did before I went and signed up, I would have. Oh wow.
Oh man.
Oh, would have gone. That's a 4-year scholarship, Darb. Yeah, so
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
that
But you
That's
wouldn't be who you are today if that would you would have done that.
an alternate universe.
Mm-hmm.
That's RPI is a whole different life. Oh, thanks, brother. Smashing the like for the rock. These mics are always welcome. I don't ever say enough on here. I guess on a lot of live stream people do. I feel like you're always like badgering when you're saying for the likes, but always appreciate it. I don't worry about other energy it takes for my glow.
That's true,
That
Dolly.
is true.
That is true. Yep, that's
Yeah.
true.
I'm trying to learn that.
You do you.
My
It's awesome that you know that at your age.
My tiny feet.
People like a foot rub once in a while.
Dolly, how tiny are your feet?
Oh boy,
Hey, what's happening?
Oh yeah, you caught that, didn't you, Shanny?
Oh my God, Eric, that was so inappropriate.
I say
I know it wasn't. It was so awesome at the same time.
like we were in school.
How tiny do you like your feet, Eric?
We're not getting a feet fetish. The line is drawn. You're not getting a feet fetish.
I'm just saying, do not cross. Do not
Now
cross.
when we get and I'm his wingman, we can scope out people's feet, and I'm like, is that the right size? Is that the right size?
John said, food in England.
Ah,
He said, he's like the food in England. He said, food in England is trash and disgusting. I don't know where you ate, John.
John, you didn't go to the right part.
I know the pubs.
John, you did not go to the right part. All I'm saying, John, you did not go to the right parts.
I actually
if
like
they have
bangers.
fish and chips, I'll be happy.
I like bangers and mash. Well, that's where they came.
Bangers and mash.
I like bangers and mash.
Sausage and what's mash?
Scotch eggs are really
Shepherd's
good.
pie.
Scotch eggs are good.
Yeah.
Fish and chips.
That's just
Fish
customary.
and chips were awesome.
I know. I love fish and chips.
Dog is like, let me in. Shit, it's getting cold out here.
I know.
Did you hear?
Damn it, John, let me in. Damn it.
She doesn't usually ever bark either. She's barking.
They've been getting feisty, scratching, barking.
Well, he scratches, and she'll start barking now.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold out there. Yeah.
Beerman's a little Jerry, a little Beer Man, a little Vanessa. Oh, hell, Beer Man in the house. What's up, my friend? LOL, doing great, just chilling, LOL. Beer Man, awesome, dude. Beer Man sent me all that stuff for winning this thing. I was like, way more than I thought I was going to get there. It's just, Beer Man's cool.
Waiting for Mama Ren to chime in. The game's over.
Where's she been?
Game's over now, so she's been watching the game.
Like your new setup, man.
Oh, it's raining outside. She's wet.
Oh, yeah. Beer Man's got like a throne down he put on his channel. Thanks, man. It's like the weed god. It's a Beer Man's new setup. Does that one have a seatbelt built in? Don't be late to appointments. Don't make appointments you can't keep or won't keep. I agree.
That's right.
I'm bad about appointments and canceling.
LOL, no, just side guards. I hate waiting too.
Yes.
Go to the doctor's office, Vanessa. Right, yeah, doctor's office.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you cancel an appointment within 24 hours, like someone will try to charge you a fee. But what if the doctor cancels? They never charge a fee.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I think that was on a Seinfeld episode at one time. Listen, nails, get up, Buttercup.
I ain't say nothing about it. Somebody pointed it out to me. I never said a word.
Come
on, EG.
Early. They tend to be very late. Yeah. You know what also slows down the doctors is the wholesalers from the pharmaceutical industries that are back to deals and say, hey, if you do enough of these, we'll send you on a trip. So if I prescribe enough of this medicine, I get to go on a trip to, Antigua or somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. School I knew as won the Bushel Honorary Scholarship back in December, never told me. I had to move out of the house after graduation. So chose the Air Force. I grew up on dope artist and listener. Yeah, she's a great artist, but if you ever try to go to a concert, she's never starts on time. People like they say, Lauren Hill's performing at 9. They're like, what time do we need to be there? Like 10? Like she just everybody knows in the industry she doesn't show up on time.
She's just killing them softly.
Yeah.
No boy.
Beer Man. Oh, you didn't have Beer Man before. Nice.
I did now. I just subbed you.
My foot can fit in your hand, Rick, or up your ass size.
Okay, we've already learned about his foot fetish. We don't need to know about his anal fetish. Okay, so.
Hashtag, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Thanks, Big Daddy. Cheers. Dolly is a firecracker.
She is.
Quickly.
Dolly, me and you are done. Our relationship is done.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see what she says about that.
It was funny. One of my, as you guys know, back when I used to in college DJ, one of my old buddies that was a DJ with me, we do party stuff. He put on this thing on Facebook. He actually had a record collector drive down to his house to buy all of his vinyl because he had no room for his vinyl anymore. So he's getting rid of it. And he kept like a couple of crates of stuff, but he mostly got rid of all the stuff. And he was like, we were talking. And I mentioned that old concert we went to, and that's the old thing back we covered. It was kind of a mini concert source thing back in college. And he never forgot. Like he was like, we were talking about the interviews we did with Nas, and I mentioned Busta Rhymes. He's like, oh yeah, we did the one with Shock G. I forgot we did the interview with Shock G from Digital Underground.
Digital Underground.
Yeah.
Like, how much fun we had. And I was like, I forgot about that one. But we interviewed like so many people in that thing. That was awesome. That was a fun time doing that. So. What is
how is he pretty
There's
cool?
a Geico commercial on that have little meerkats. It's real cute.
I think those were beavers, weren't they?
Beavers,
no, those
meerkats,
are the woodchucks.
Oh, were they woodchucks?
Woodchucks. A woodchuck could chuck. What is it?
Hey, you woodchucks! Quit chucking my wood!
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck?
Yeah, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
And then there's a Geico commercial like, hey, will you woodchucks quit chucking my wood?
Yeah, that's the Geico commercial they do. Yeah, they're bringing back a lot of the old ones there. Because they the one with the Pinocchio too, where Pinocchio's on a date now.
Yeah, Pinocchio.
And they got one where he gets stopped by the police. He's trying to lie his way out of a ticket.
Yeah.
The motivational speaker is the funniest one so far. So, you have potential.
Mhm.
You have
Oh,
potential.
God. And you have potential.
They do some pretty good ones there. Better get going. Like and share. Thanks, brother. Always appreciate that. Cheers to you as well.
Beer man, what about me, brother? What about me?
Make sure you guys check out Beer Man as well.
Beer man.
Do woodchucks get woodies? Oh, Vanessa.
Oh.
Well, they have to if they're going to
Inquiring
reproduce.
minds
So they
want to
must.
know.
But then if they get woodies, do they chuck wood still?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Do they call it chuck wood?
Do they check their own wood?
Ask
Yeah,
Siri.
exactly.
Good one, God.
What?
Good one.
So do they check their own wood?
Shannon,
I'm
come
sure
on.
they do.
Chuck their own wood, Shannon. Chuck their own
Are you
wood.
with us? Okay, just checking.
All right.
All you boys chuck your own wood, so
I still chuck my own wood. I don't know about anybody else.
why wouldn't you? Chuck away, buddy.
I got no shame in my game. Okay?
Ain't no shame in your game.
Chuck
Maybe
away.
woodchucks
Chuck
keep-
away.
Stop chucking that wood.
Chuck away.
Smart woodchuck.
Look at Shannon. Shannon's the only one with a straight face in all of us. She's like, oh my God.
Chuck away.
She's all for woodchucking.
You do you.
God.
No, that's in the
Well,
right.
you kind of are.
It's human nature. It's human nature.
Well, I did the beer stories.
Oh my God, that was great.
Oh, back to beer again. No,
Yeah,
that's
just the
good.
beer stuff. Well, the only other one is that, like Todd, you shared a thing that I saw yesterday, but 450 Nords came out with the, Sun King, who I guess is distributing some of the 450 Nords, came out. They did the testing on their beers and the actual ABV, which are about down right where it probably should be, the 5% of the company and stuff like that. But
I don't think they distro. I don't think they distro for them. I think they just did the lab testing for them. I think.
Okay. I just wonder why Sun King would be involved, but
because it's relatively close, I guess. I mean, it's only probably 30, 40 miles, maybe.
I like Sun King.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sun King does stuff with Rye Guys once in a while.
They're the ones that did the testing for 450.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They have they were the first craft beer that I ever really liked, the cream ale.
The cream ale.
I've
That was
heard
not-
good stuff about their cream ale. I've never tried it, but I heard good things about the cream ale.
It's good. It is good.
Yeah, that was years ago.
They're one of the breweries. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure most of them are, but their stuff at the brewery is top notch. Like, it's not even close to their distro stuff. Like, the distro stuff is pretty good, but like you go to the brewery, it's like, why ain't you putting this stuff in a can
Yeah.
or a bottle or whatever?
I still need to try their cream ale at some point.
Yeah, that's like
not
that was
their cream ale, Genesee cream ale.
that's-
Oh, the Genesee.
A side by side with Genesee, and that would be awesome.
I can't get it here.
You can't get Genesee there?
No.
Really?
Never.
Can you go to Bloomington and get it?
No, I
Do
don't
you
think.
get no Genesee at all, or?
And I always forget to check when I go to Louisville.
Because I'm thinking of the Kentucky side, because we can get it at our Kentucky place. The
Can
one
you?
place I'm thinking of, they have it in Tall Boys for the cream ale.
So I'm going to check next time I go to Louisville if I remember. But I don't know that we get distro here in Indiana. Period. We could.
You may not get it in Indiana, but Kentucky. Is
Yeah, but I'll have to go over there. But when I go over there, I always forget about it.
The question would be if you get it all the way down where you're at there.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I don't remember seeing it, but it doesn't mean we don't get it. I just forget to look for it.
Yeah.
Can you get this in bigger cans?
No, I don't. That was just like a special thing. I don't even know if you can get it.
Oh, so this is one of the things I hate, where they're like, "Here, let you have
I
a
don't
taste
know.
of it."
I don't know.
and
They
you
were
never
doing a
get it in.
special, like selling it, Wine World.
That may be a
Or
science.
Total
they
Wine,
released
I mean.
of it, yeah. They may have got a limited shipment in. Because that's from Peru, right?
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua. That's like the beers I got from Spain. It's like you just don't see them because you don't get them in that common.
Oh, the one that.
Well, they were
dogs do.
doing that day I was there. They were doing like,
I wasn't.
what'd you say?
You said Todd.
I said the one the dog spilled.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you said Todd. That's what it sounded like.
No.
Now they were doing like a you pay a quarter and get like a shot size, thimble size cases of beer.
Those
But then they were
really
selling them
good.
for like it was like $4.99 or $5.99 for a 6-pack.
I always enjoyed trying beers from other countries.
So I was like, yeah, I'll take those. But I don't know, they were decent. I mean, it's 6.2%. That's pretty good for a lager.
Yeah, I agree.
It doesn't taste like it.
Most of your lagers
It's actually pretty good.
There. Look at that. Shannon's now cleaning it up with the Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Palate
What
cleanser.
did I hear, Shannon? More light?
That's what I was going to say. Cleansing the palate.
I like what I like. There you go,
What
buddy.
did you get there? You got another cabin fever?
Cabin
No.
fever.
It's the
Okay.
same one.
I'm done for tonight. I'm done.
I've ruined Eric's beer experience.
Eric's
tonight,
a Virgo, so when he says one more, he actually means one more.
I say one more all the time. I
He's-
usually mean one more.
He said one more before, and he's going to pass one more.
That's what
Well,
I told Todd. My next tattoo.
Well, could I?
Like on our weekend streams.
Well,
Yeah.
could I have one more? Yeah, but should I have one more? As a question because I got to work on Friday.
Yeah, the other thing I was going to say, too, I guess they didn't get our PSA where the one baseball player got hit by a drunken driver. Did you see that on the
I did
on the
not.
Facebook page a couple days ago? But one of the MLB players, I can't remember which one it is. If I can pull it up here. He was in a wreck. It wasn't him. It was somebody hit him, a drunk driver. And, like, he may screw his career up now.
Shit.
Not that it's any more different because he's a baseball player or whatever. It's just like
Fucking
just don't drive drunk,
Fucking dickhead.
Yep.
Yeah, we just had a girl killed here
Oh my God.
this past weekend. She was 24 years old.
Ugh.
And it was her. She was with the driver and 3 other people in the one car. The drunk driver came through the light, tried to run a red light, hit her. She got ejected from the car.
Wow.
And then she died. And people were somebody stopped and tried to help her. I guess she got ejected so much that her clothes and stuff came off too.
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
Damn.
Covered her and everything, was trying to resuscitate her till the ambulance came. They came, but she ended up dying that morning in the hospital and stuff. So some dickhead at 2 a.m. was drinking and ran a red light, And they were
That's why if I'm out drinking, I will get a lift or.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's stupid to do it. It's
They were just
Right.
sitting there. So the guy they were moving, they were sitting there laying at the light, and the guy came from the corner and hit them.
If you can afford to go out drinking, then you can afford to get an Uber.
Yeah, you can afford
You
to get
know,
that.
like,
Yeah, Shannon,
If you
exactly.
can't afford an Uber, then you can't afford to go out drinking.
Well, just like tonight, I had 2 of these. I had 2. Come on, there we go. I had 2 cabin fevers, which are 6.5%, and then I had this nightcap, worldwide style, which is what 14, 15% right around there.
Wow.
So I would say, to me, look, my car can get impounded. I'm going to get a lift, and I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell my boss, hey, I need to take a vacation day to get my car back. Get my car back. May have to shell out $100 and whatever dollars, but that's way more.
Still
for
cheaper
sure.
Way
than the
less than a
alternative.
$10,000 fucking court fees and whatever else you got to do. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
When I was 17 years old, I went
Sorry, sorry.
No, it's
No, you're absolutely
no.
right, though.
And that's like when I was 17 years old, it was like the one time I drove drunk. And like we live in a very small town, and I literally worked, I was a waitress at a local restaurant. I went to some friend's house that I worked with, got shit-faced, literally had to drive like 2 miles home. I was 17. I was so drunk, and I was like scared to death the whole time, like, oh my God, I will never do this. I'll never do this again. And since then, I'm like, I won't even have like 2 Miller Lights and drive. Like, that scared the shit out of me, and that's been like fucking over 30 years ago.
Well, by now, Shane, it's almost 0 tolerance. So you can't have one beer and then
You
can get
think
pulled
that?
over,
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
and you're
But, you know,
just like that.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
and that's what I told Todd. I'm like, why? Like, I cannot drink without getting drunk. Like, literally. Like, I can't just have 2 beers.
Well, for me, I like the taste of beer, but sometimes it kind of gets the best of me. But even at that point, I'm like, I probably really shouldn't drive.
Yeah, I mean, and where we live in a small town, and the cops are like, everybody knows around here in Southern Indiana.
Well, we have
Sellersburg cops are the worst.
We have the town cops, and then we also have a state police post.
Yeah,
also. So they kind of rival each other as far as they butt heads.
Yeah, but I'm scared shitless when it comes.
That's why you got to know what you can. Your limit and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it wasn't baseball. It was actually bad. It was the NBA. Chandler Parsons is the one who was injured.
Chandler. Oh, really? I didn't see. I didn't see that at all.
Who was it, Ron?
Chandler Parsons. He's one of the NBA players. So he got injured by a drunk driver there, and it's just stupid. It's and Dahlia's at 24 RIP. Yeah, I mean, 24. And people were praising her, and like one of the people that put a comment on the news story. She had actually lived in Cincinnati, but she was actually going to Northern Kentucky to actually work in Florence. Like she would take the bus over there. And they were talking about how she'd take the bus over there and walk like a mile or two to where she needed to go. And they were just like, I always remember how she had like the big smile. And then like when somebody had commented on the Facebook thing about, where she worked at, like they brought a kid one time and she would just take all the time talking to the person's child and didn't have to, but just did. And the child just loved coming to see her and stuff. And it was like, 20. I mean, she made an impact just at that age. So it's
right.
Well, I remember as a kid when the Carrollton bus crash happened.
Yeah.
Every time we go to Cincinnati and
you pass the sign coming from here to Cincinnati. There's a sign there in Carrollton. It's like I think it was 1988.
Yeah.
So it was a school bus full of kids was going there to Kings Island and coming back. And at the time before, I think now they have a bunch of like metal wires.
Yeah, it's like a gate
type thing. And but back in '88, the guy got drunk, crossed the median, which is like a great big old grass patchy area, and hit the bus. And I don't know if
killed a bunch of
kids and injured a bunch of kids. It was
coming from Kings Island. I'm just like.
Yeah, one of the guys I graduated high school with, he died like 2 weeks after graduation, getting hit by a drunk driver.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, and that's, it's just like, even though like right now I'm like, oh, I could make it down to the gas station. Okay, yeah, maybe I could, but it's just kind of like, why would I fucking chance it? I can tell I'm influenced by alcohol. So like, I know my mind isn't working the way it's supposed to. So I should not make decisions like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that, don't do that thing. I've done it bazillion times in my life, but not since our daughter's gotten older. Since our daughter's gotten older, just as an example to her. Within the last 2 years, we've used Uber and Lyft more than ever. Like if we're going out, we know we're going to be drinking, and it's
But for me, not even having a kid, I stopped doing it years ago.
It's just
but in my eyes, if it wasn't for her, I mean, I probably would still do it.
I mean, in this day and age, when you have this, it's a no-brainer. It really is.
Right? Yeah.
You're stupid.
Now I know if I go out and have a couple, I can couple and fine. If you're eating dinner or whatever, a couple, you're okay. But if you're not going out and just hanging out and you're going to be drinking for
if you're going out
hours upon hours and at your mission,
going
out to drink.
Oh yeah. Like
Todd,
but one is too many really to do it.
Yeah. Well, Todd, you can say, "Hey, Shannon, can you come get me? I'm at blah 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 blah." Yeah, I'll come get you.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done that before too.
Oh yeah,
I've done that before too.
Yeah.
Well, luckily my mom will.
Oh yeah.
She'll take us around all kinds,
Yeah.
And she likes to just hang out. Like New Year's Eve, went to the brewery and she come with us and she picked us up and brought us home. And she goes out, she's not drinking.
Yeah, she just doesn't really drink much.
Few and far between. She might have a mixed drink if she's, at the house or something with everybody. But
I've never seen your mom drunk in 20-something
No,
years.
I'm not saying drunk. I'm just saying have a drink. I'm just saying a drink.
And that's rare for you to have a drink.
That's rare, so.
Yeah.
But she grew up where I think her mom, my grandma, was like a big alcoholic. So a lot of her family on that side don't do a lot of drinking for that reason, for back then.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, you can have out, like I said, it's all about knowing what you do. I mean, depending on your size, that kind of stuff, one or two doesn't really Depends who you are, how it impairs you, but I've seen people that drink one and they're kind of like loopy, and it's kind of like,
I mean, you definitely got to know your limits. You got to know your limits or whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, what, $20, $30 on this?
Right, that's a couple
compared
drinks.
To 10,000, compared to 10,000.
Right, or something worse. You've hit like you said, you've hit somebody or whatever, you know.
Or could possible jail, or possibly lose your job, or
right. You're gonna lose your job. You may go to jail, all that stuff. So I didn't mean to pound it home. Sorry.
No, that's.
It's an important thing to talk about.
Thing.
Dolly said, "Man, now you got me tearing up thinking about that." Yeah,
it's okay to feel things, Dolly.
This is a good message, guys. Yeah, it's just stupid. It's stupid.
Even for Derek, Dolly. Even for Derek.
You're not Derek. You're Drick.
It's Drick.
Oh, Drick. Excuse me.
Eric, don't you be driving nowhere tonight.
Yeah. But speaking of which, when I put this into a great segue for Eric.
It's only 11:30.
I gotta get up early. I've been fighting a cold. We're gonna cut it short.
God, pussies.
Nobody worries about me. I get up way earlier than you guys.
Oh,
okay. Go for it, Eric.
Before I do my PSA, Shannon.
And I did notice you have that blue shirt on. It makes your eyes pop.
That's his Thursday night shirt now.
Those blue shirts.
This is a Thursday night shirt now. This is a Thursday night. But anyway, guys,
blue shirts are hot.
Can I do my PSA now, Shannon?
Yes, you can. Go for it.
All eyes on you.
All eyes are on me. All right, guys, if you've had too much to drink, please get a designated driver. You guys should know my spiel by now, but if not, I'm going to say it one more time. Guys, just don't do it, all right? Because if you do, you're going to get pulled over by the cops. They're going to make you do that stupid-ass sobriety testing, you get a free ride to jail. Then you'd have court fees and then possible prison time. And then if you hit or kill somebody, you guys know you're going to be in the slammer for a while. And if you kill yourself, all you've done is hurt your family, friends, and put yourself 6 feet under, okay? Just sleep off your buzz to get your car the next day. Take advantage of the apps on your phone. Download the Uber or the Lyft app, or if you have a local taxi service that has an app on it, go ahead and put that on there. Because as we said before, $30 you spend is better than $10,000 plus you're going to have when you go to jail, your court fees, and then anything else that happens. It's really stupid to do it in this day and age, guys, because you know there's zero tolerance now. And if I find out you're doing it, I'm going to take a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire to your elbows and your knees and possibly even to your head because you're a stupid fuck. All right?
Oh, fuck.
Negan style.
Negan style, baby. Last week.
That's right.
last week's PSA.
Kick it up
really, guys, don't do it. Really, don't do it.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
And Dolly said, even for you, Drake. And then Gilbert now says, Drake the Lions fan.
Drake the Lions fan.
He says, cheers, fools. Yeah, Gilbert. So I'm going to actually wrap it up here. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Remember to hit that thumbs up if you like what you saw. And a good Thursday night, getting ready for Friday. And, yeah, I'm actually just getting back from fighting a cold for like the last 3 or 4 days. But we'll get some more stuff uploaded this weekend. Eric's got his stuff going on.
So, hey, if you made it this far in the video, put it down into the comments, hashtag PSA, so Rod knows you made it all the way to the end.
Oh, there you go.
Do it.
Nice.
Do it.
Nice. PSA.
So we'll see how many hashtag PSAs you get.
Hashtag PSA Drake.
Drake.
No.
Hashtag Drake.
Dude.
Don't listen to Dolly. Don't listen to Dolly.
Dude, always.
Your name forever now will be Drake. Hey, what's up, Drake?
Thanks, Dolly. Hey, you may not find that vanilla if you keep it up.
That's pretty funny there, Gilbert.
Wow.
STD from
Epic. That was awesome.
Nice EG. That's a good one.
He's got that Drake going on.
Drake.
But thanks for everybody that tuned in. Look forward to catching you guys this weekend. Hopefully everybody gets a great start to Friday tomorrow and keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers, and we will catch up with you next time.
Drink malt liquor.